It
I
is.
think you might
Well, I
have
would
been in
have
prison.
at least.
But it would have been great.
You'd have a great picture. What's up, guys? Full thrust. What up?
Okay, don't say full thrust.
Chili's
Oh.
and Texas Roadhouse, those are very underrated.
Yeah.
Just wanted to get away from the phone.
Guys, this is gross. Thanks. That's from Los Lonely Boys.
Why is it gross? Sex grosses you out?
Los Lonely Boys, this is your chance to call in.
Come on,
Nice.
Come on, Garza boys. What's wrong with you?
9004TMA. Jackson, please do us all a favor and take old Yeller out behind Hubbard and put two into him. The 9 o'clock hour and all of today has proven he's completely lost it. That's from Ernie Bjorkman.
What the hell? What?
The caller Ellen says she's out. She is officially out.
Like you were ever in.
Well,
He gave it to me for 9 innings.
She stopped listening.
Just
She can't-
ran.
can't
I'm
take
telling you,
this
up
erotic-
one side, down the other side. For 9 innings, he gave it to me.
It could have been that long.
Guys, just tuning in. Are we really hearing the Tony Limonese story again? Some big top.
Tim asked me a question.
I asked for the story.
Good job, Tim.
No, you asked a question. What made it great? And I just told it. I'm sure I've said it before, but I'm asked a question, I answer.
Well, sure you did.
Oh, is this part in the aneurysm again?
No. Next time Tim asks a question, I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to answer.
Well, I don't believe I said, hey, could you tell the Tony Limonese story again? You were
said
telling
what-
it, and
you
I
said what made it
and
so
you said
good.
it was the best sex of your life. And as opposed to just, listening to it again, I thought, well, I'll see if I can add a new detail.
Right.
What made it so wonderful? Was it the way she moved? What was it? It turns out it was your mates watching.
Well, that, and it went all night. And
Pete in Staten
did
Island, what's
different-
up, Pete?
We did different positions.
It
It started by
with
me saying if we had selfies back then, I could have taken one with me and Tony Lima's niece. That's how it was brought up.
She wouldn't have appreciated it.
I'd have a picture of me and Leona Helmsley somewhere. Didn't have an
this is
Instamatic
brutal.
camera with me when it happened.
You tell me you wouldn't want to see a picture of Vicky and Leona Helmsley?
I don't think anyone would want to see that.
Was
no.
she ever in her prime?
She wouldn't. She would
Or
probably
did she
would.
just turn
Probably.
100?
There's no way she'd have let me take a picture anyway.
What was her
Sorry,
name?
had to get rid of the free dotem guy, whoever that might be.
She was the
Our
queen of
listeners
Maine.
ended games post-game show.
Well, stop talking.
Well, how old was Leona when you were with her?
I don't know, 60-something, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
Queen of Mean.
I think it was
That's what
right
they
before.
called her.
I think it was right before she went to jail.
Nice.
Well, you've had some experience with jailbirds as well. You had a pen pal in prison for a while, didn't you?
I'm not telling that story again.
Oh.
Anything you bring up that I've already talked about, I'm never going to mention it again.
Well, sometimes, you go back 6 or 7 years from last time you told it, and listeners cycle on and they cycle
They
off.
do. They cycle on and cycle off.
Well, go back and listen to an old podcast if you want to hear the prison mate story.
You can never find it.
Presentation is a Barrett Sports Media production.
Maybe I'll be on his podcast one day.
Rock.
Guys, I'm just waiting for the next Pepper and Jeannie topic to be what are your favorite stories from hedonism, and then that way he completely controls the entire 25-minute episode without a word from Plowsy. That's from Mr. Licks, and Doug, he is a big-time critic of Pepper and Jeannie, but
Yeah,
he seems to be a listener.
He downloads it every day.
Well, we enjoy the stories, Iggy. That's why we ask. It's like, tell us another story, Dad.
You turned me on to Cheryl Dilcher about a year ago.
Well, glad I did. I turn people onto a lot of music here, but nobody gives me credit.
What kind of credit do you want?
Saying that they enjoy the music instead of lying and saying, no, more trash music. And I haven't done it in like 6 months now. The 9 o'clock hour.
It's been a while since the station paid homage to you, too, with balloons or a cake or anything.
God forbid they let you cook a Caesar salad.
I've asked that a few times.
That's out. Yeah.
Guys, since you're retelling stories, can you get Iggy to tell the story again about calling his sister-in-law lover? Thanks. That's from I didn't carry Instagrams with me in my pocket.
No, I'm not telling that either.
No. No.
You want
leave the
employees like me,
podcast.
Plowsy.
Why?
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Chow Chow on the Hill is your one-stop shop for all your pet supplies. As soon as you walk through their doors, you and your pet are considered family and treated with superior service and personalized attention. Jessica is the owner and is a certified pet nutritionist and is passionate about educating her clients on the product that will keep your pets happy and healthy. My favorite part about Chow Chow is its connection with All Paws Safe Haven, an organization that helps shelter animals find forever homes. To learn more about Chow Chow, visit CIAOCHOWSTL.com or stop by and tell them Plowsy sent you.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experienced the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
Where's Tim? That wasn't Tim's voice. Where is the silver-throated McKernan?
Well, didn't you listen yesterday? He's on vacation.
Oh, I don't know. I tune in. I expect to hear him.
Well, yeah, you know, Doug, sometimes listeners tune in and then they tune out.
Yeah.
And so if you tuned out during any part of the show yesterday, I don't know why you would. Just another glorious presentation. But yeah, Tim is on vacation. He is on vacation. He'll be back. His first show back will be the 19th of February. That's a Monday, Doug, in case you're keeping track. And so up until that point, it will be the four of us. And then, of course, KG in O-Town, who is in the Seckman C6 studios, taking place for the Horton Watkins studios. He'll be here today and tomorrow. And then KG, you said next week is kind of touch and go, but you'll see.
Yeah, it's up in the air. Probably, for sure, a day or two. May not be able to give you all week, though.
All right, well, we sure appreciate any day you can be in here because it makes a world of difference in terms of the production and logistics side of it. Mm-hmm. But if it's just the four of us, that's just fine because we got Douglas Elvin Vaughn to my right. Across from me, Darren the Plowboy Atkins. Some people call him the Plowhawk. I call him Fingers Plowhawk.
Yes.
And then to my left, Brentwood Hall of Famer, headphones. USC.
We have a headphone issue. Time out.
These aren't.
They're not?
Time out.
And they don't work.
Hey, you want the psychedelic ones over here?
No, those are no bueno.
How was he?
I thought those were yours.
They don't work at all.
Would earbuds work? I have an extra pair of earbuds that might work.
Ooh, those are North Carolina blue.
Yeah.
I can't do earbuds.
Why?
Oh, because he's got an ear issue.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, I was pulling out the game mic. Those are gaming headphones
Yeah, this
for your
doesn't
Dynasty.
work.
What, did Tim take your headphones?
No, he's got his own.
Oh.
Those used to be Tim's, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, how about now? You've adjusted it?
We got it, baby.
Now it's working. All right.
So here, I can already tell this is probably too deep in the weeds, but for QFTA, I have sensitive little boy ears, and I turn down that knob that is playback, essentially, because it's really loud in my ear holes.
Is that right?
See, I like having one ear out.
Why?
I don't like that I can't hear the outside noise. I like to hear both.
Okay.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Some radio hosts do that. I just prefer to not have like everything drained out with the show.
You got your own style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're all good now.
I'm sorry to
everybody's
take
good?
up 5 minutes of the show.
No,
for that.
please,
Oh,
fuck.
mister.
This is why our transparency
Mister.
with the audience is part of the reason that we've been on almost 20 years now, Doug. 20 years.
a long time.
July, I was saying Ken Iggy Strode is to my left. He's a Brentwood Hall of Famer. He's a USBC Hall of Famer. And more Hall of Fames to come. This is the morning after. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. This is the Munganast Acura, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. And you can get involved in the presentation today by texting in on the Jeff Lotman text inbox. The number, Doug, 314-881-TMA5. And you want to call in? That's 636-900-4TMA. And you can get involved. We want to take some phone calls. I know you were
we
talking
do?
about that. Well, you know.
Phone lines are poison.
They can be.
Be careful.
It can be, but I think today that they're going to be fruitful. I think they're going to be fruitful. So get involved. We'll be talking it over on the Captain's Logs today. We have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, and then just 3 hours of talking it over. What do you got? What do you got, fellas? What do you got? I don't got nothing. What do you got?
Well, I thought this was a show that was on the listeners. If they want to hear something, they
Usually.
have to provide the content.
Usually.
That's not on us.
I haven't gotten an electric bill that was larger than $62 in the last year. And this winter has been very mild. My last two electric bills were $48 and $52. For some reason, my electric bill this month was $118.
Oh, it's because you moved into that new place and the windows aren't properly sealed.
It's smaller. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about those windows, man. I've run into that.
It's just, it's stupid.
So you're upset by this?
Yeah, I am. $118, and I've never had one more than like $62 in the last 9 months.
Huh. Well, did you call and inquire?
And it's a mild winter. I've had my heat down. There's a day I don't even turn my heat on at night. So I don't know where it came from. I called yesterday, and the nice girl, she must have been lonely because we had like a half-hour conversation after we were done talking about her living in Florida.
Oh, she didn't want to take another call.
Weather.
I've been a representative.
That could be it too. But she's going through all my usages, and I said, I don't use my stove more than I have. I don't have my heat on. I don't watch TV more. I don't have my lights on. I've done nothing differently. It's 3 times as much as it should be. She goes, I don't understand it. She says, well, wait to see next bill, and they'll take a look at it, and if there's anything wrong, they'll give you a credit for next month. That's fine. I said, it hasn't been. She goes, it's probably cold there in St. Louis. I said, no, it's going to be 60 today. She goes, I live in Florida. And we talked like Florida for like 20 minutes.
Did you get her number?
Get her Facebook friend.
She sounded cute, though.
She sounded
Did you type in nude leaked?
It's actually funny because I think the long-standing poll that for whatever reason I can't delete off of the TMA app is, have you ever been turned on by a customer service rep? And here we are.
I wouldn't say turned
Full
on,
circle.
but it was nice
you just
talking
said
to
she
her.
was cute.
She sounded cute. I couldn't see her.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that
When
Family
you
Guy
wail,
episode.
you just go by sound.
Family Guy episode when Brian goes all the way to India to meet the girl he talked to.
Yeah, again, there it is.
And she was attractive, too.
And King of the Hill, Bill met a gal. He was trying to...
Bill Dotrieve.
Yeah, he had a
Great,
bad hamburger experience.
Hughes.
A bad hamburger experience at a drive-thru and called customer service and met a hot girl, and they started talking and drove, and she was like 17 and he was like 40. He's like, okay, I'm leaving.
Damn it, Bobby.
Now, Doug, you had an issue with Amber, and I remember I've been like, since I've been listening to the show, I remember that was like one of the first things, and that was probably a little deeper in my listening experience, but you did the whole like expose on KMOV.
did. Yeah, I forget all the details.
But they were just charging you like whatever.
An outrageous bill, completely outrageous. And they said, well, the equipment's not functioning properly. And I said, wait, it's your equipment.
Right.
You're going to blame me? They came out and looked at it and said, yeah, this equipment doesn't work. Well, that's on you, not me. I didn't buy it. I didn't install it. I don't own it. Why should I have to pay for that?
Look at how long that call was.
I fought him a long time. No, back to you, Iggy.
43 minutes.
You know, my electric bill in the summer, just electric, is $225. And then a $90 Spire.
Yeah,
so I
those
pay
old-
about $330.
Oh, those old city houses, man, they get hot.
Yeah, they do.
They got bad windows and they got poor insulation. It's bad, man. Yeah, I had to deal with that a couple summers ago. But yeah, Doug, like they can just charge you whatever. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, not pay? They just cut your power. Who's your other option?
I forget how all that played out. It's been so long ago.
But you were like finding other people who had similar.
Yeah, I did.
Because it's like they could just charge you whatever.
Just what are you going to do about it?
Right. Like, what's your? I guess solar panels. You're gonna install some solar panels. That'll be cheap.
Yeah, it's a real problem. The thing that made me mad is that they said, yeah, you shouldn't have been charged that much, but the equipment didn't work. Okay, it's your equipment.
Yeah, Jackson's right. There's nothing you can do. I mean, they have a monopoly on electricity in this city.
I guess solar would be your only other option.
Or just
live like a caveman.
Steal from somebody else.
You steal
How are you
power?
going to steal electric?
I don't know. I know on the downstairs. I actually looked yesterday to see if anybody had anything plugged in, because the bottom apartments have outlets outside. I don't know why, but people use them to put up Christmas lights and stuff. But there's an outlet outside the apartment, so I was looking to see if somebody from upstairs maybe threw their couple of cords down from upstairs. And
Even that wouldn't make your bill
that
go
wouldn't
up by
make it
3
go
times.
almost 3 times more.
No.
I don't know. So we'll see. I've done nothing differently, so I don't know. It's not like there was one day I had my heat on like 80, but
Yeah, Iggy, we had sub-zero temps for well over a week in January. That's from Dingle My Berries.
Yeah,
it wasn't well over a week. It was a couple days, wasn't it?
I mean, if you're having your heat at 80, that's going
Well, it's like 1 or 2 days.
80 degrees is
That's insane.
That's a hot house.
That's absolutely a reptile.
I mean, that's quite warm.
That is a reptile sanctuary.
I couldn't get warm in this place.
Was that during one of the really cold days?
Yeah.
Well, then I think that would be.
I just don't see how it could go up 3 times for a couple days, having my heat up higher.
What do you usually set it at?
72. And when I
That's
go to
pretty
bed,
warm, too.
Yeah,
when I go to bed, I turn it off.
72 is pretty warm.
That Vera Wang comforter, I don't need heat on it now.
No, not with that Vera Wang. No.
That thing is so hot.
Yeah. It's worth more than anything any of the rest of us have in our homes.
Maybe we could offset some of the Ameren costs with getting rid of the designer textiles.
Yeah, maybe we can give that a nice cleaning and sell that on the marketplace.
I was just cleaned a couple weeks ago.
What is the most expensive thing you have in your home? Not counting the car.
And not the home itself.
Not the home and not the car.
Inside your home.
TVs aren't that expensive anymore.
No,
It
$500 or
that would used to be the answer, but I don't think you can
Definitely
get cheaper than that.
the memory foam king size mattress.
It might be the mattress.
A nice couch will cost you $3,000.
See, we are
Sectional.
dogs, so we do the used couches. So we've never had a nice couch. So it got the bag. Yeah.
Would
you're
water
probably
heater
right.
be the answer?
Not mine. Mine is
No,
from
that's-
1976.
Water heater's what, $1,000 or so?
Is that right?
1976. When Designer came out, he goes, "No wonder this thing doesn't work." Date on it's 1976.
Iggy, we had over 80 hours below zero last month. The electricity was crazy last month. That comes from Dirty Chewbacca.
Yeah, maybe that was it. I don't know. I didn't think it was that cold. That could be it. So we'll see if because she looked at it, she goes, so far this year, you've had, I think she said 5 days so far, and it would average out to your bill would be $60 next month. So it doesn't seem like it should be that high.
Yeah.
Because if you just keep using what you're doing now, your bill is going to be $60 next month.
Well, you may have to get a second job now to pay off that electric bill.
No, I just have to put myself in layers.
Put yourself in layers.
Yeah, just turn the heat down. And
You're going to turn off the
See, that's what we
heat
do.
completely.
We just use blankets, and I wear like long underwear and sweats and tube socks.
Yeah. Well, 72 is setting pretty high all the time.
I don't know.
That's pretty high.
Well, not for my place. There's cracks and crevices and holes all over the place in this apartment, so I can't stop all the leaks of air.
I have a gold butt plug worth about $5,000 in my house, $7,000 after my wife uses it on me. That's from Scuba Steve.
Oh, gosh.
I would think, unless you have a huge home entertainment system in your house, you're right. I mean, I have a 55-inch Vizio
Nice.
that cost me like $300,
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
$350, and they're not that expensive. My bed, which I didn't pay for, was a trade deal. back in the Iggy's Treehouse days.
That thing's still kicking.
Yeah, I have to adjust it like every night because it's like there's lumps in it. I have the controls where I can go from 100 to 0 as far as firmness.
Nice.
And they've already exchanged it once, but I think they said this thing was like $4,300. It's a king size, and I got it in a trade deal because they still had to send me the invoice for it and everything. I've never heard of a bed costing $4,000.
No, like, we got the box beds. You know, like the one that come in a box, you roll it out and you let it set for like a day. It's the comfiest damn thing.
Hey, Captain Interesting Life, tell me another customer service story. Maybe one that involves your utilities again, you boring old poor. That's from Nate in Tallahassee.
Now, wait a minute.
He strikes, man. He strikes in the 7 o'clock hour and then he disappears.
He sure did.
Well, some people answer the question for me, and I appreciate that. If you don't like it, Nate. I was watching Cold Files the other night. There was a
new story.
Oh, was
Turn the page.
It's like you forgot the last sentence.
There was a 25-year-old murder that was solved in Tallahassee, and I thought of Nate. That is probably him.
Oh.
It's on the run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody in this thing. I know you like Cold Case Files, Palsy.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone is. She was the funniest and most bubbly. Everybody loved her. Like 30 straight. She was so fun. Oh, she was the greatest thing ever. I like seeing somebody come on one time and go, she wasn't that nice. She was kind of a.
I saw this coming from a mile away.
Yeah, I'd like to see one where the girl was actually, because it's all girls. There's never guys missing. It's all girls get murdered. They went, she wasn't very nice. Nobody really cares. That's why they haven't solved it.
It's not usually what you say about someone who died, unfortunately.
I know, but it's...
Cold Case Files are good, but they're obviously, like, they don't get solved. Like, I don't like Unsolved Mystery, because I know at the end, they haven't solved it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You like a tidy little ending.
I like a nice ending.
I stopped watching because they're all the same. Like 4 in a row, it was Easter Sunday. 4 in a row, they got killed on Easter. I said, is this an Easter special? And both of them were in their 20s and said, we were looking forward to Easter egg hunt. She's 20.
Hey.
Yeah, my kids
Your kids did the Easter egg
They
hunt at
sure
20.
did.
And you were proud. You were proud.
Oh, I wasn't proud. I was humiliated.
John Vaughn running around there. He's looking for the eggs.
Pushing his brothers to get an egg with a couple pennies in it. Most dreadful thing I'd ever seen in my
The
life.
one yesterday, she set off on her bike.
Who are we talking about?
Cold Case Files. The one yesterday was she set off on her bike.
I thought this was the customer service
And
rep.
her mom said, make sure you're home by dark. This 22-year-old is missing. 22 and you're telling your daughter to be home by dark? I don't think any of these things are real. I think they make these things up as they go along, what they remember saying. I remember telling her, be home before dark.
Well, if your daughter still lived at home at 22 and she was riding around at dark, you'd be worried about her.
Be home by dark? She's 22.
What do you think the reenactment actors make? You know what I mean? Like the ones that like reenact.
Good
like,
question.
Yeah.
Because it's not voice acting.
Probably a little, not a lot, but a little.
I wonder what the rate was. Hourly rate? They didn't pay you.
They're SAG, so I'm sure they get taken care of. I just flew into Detroit commercially for the first time, and my God, I don't know how you people do this on a regular basis. The sheer weight on this plane is astounding. That's from Mr. Licks.
The weight of the other passengers or the luggage?
I believe.
Well, maybe you should lose some weight, Licks.
Oh.
Right back at him.
I did see an article yesterday that is saying a airline, maybe in Finland, Doug, is starting to, here, I got the article right up here, starting to weigh the passengers to make sure that, for flight balance, here, I got the article. Finland's flagship airline has announced that they will be weighing passengers as well as their luggage. Finnair, said the move, which will be done on a voluntary basis through May, is designed to improve balance calculations that will enhance flight safety. Finnair will collect data by weighing volunteering customers in their carry-on baggage at the departure gate, according to a statement from the company.
Well, guess who's not going to volunteer to get weighed?
Everybody.
Well, the people that weigh too much.
Right. So at that point, what's the point?
Somebody's got to comment on Tina. I forget who it was. Where he had a bag that weighed like 51 pounds, and he was taking things out of it to try to get it below 50 pounds, and handing it to his wife, and she had to hold on to it. And the agent kept saying, no, you're still over 50 pounds. It's a weight shift issue. The plane would be in danger if we don't watch this. And he said, the guy behind me is 500 pounds. You're worried about 1 pound of a shoe?
Yeah, that is
It makes sense, though. I mean, if you're going to weigh bags, you should weigh people.
Yeah.
But then what do you do? I mean, you can't, you're too big to get on
Well, they do that at Six Flags.
But what if the guy next to me is only 110 pounds? Okay, is that going to shift the balance? You have to weigh everybody to see what the weight is, and the last guy getting on say, "Sorry, sir, you put us over. You can't get on." That's the only way you could do it.
When I was on a plane to Dallas a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it wasn't filled up, and they told some people had to move to the back of the plane to even out the weight. I had never heard that before.
Huh.
They said we need at least 3 people to come and sit in the back of the plane. I hadn't heard that.
Have you seen the new thin seats that I don't know if it's Southwest or?
I was just on a Southwest flight.
It looks like I don't know if it's Southwest. I probably jumped the gun on that. They're making maybe United as well. They have like thinner seats. They look super uncomfortable so they can fit more people. And I'm thinking, my God, look at the flight pictures in the 70s. These people are lying on almost like couch-sized seat. They got a full 5-course meal in front. How could you possibly do that back then? But now we have to sardine it. Like, I get profit margins and things like that, but like the comfort level of the plane has gone so downhill.
Yeah. Well, flying costs about the same now as it did in the 70s. It was expensive to fly back then.
I can imagine.
It was $300, $400 a flight back then. Fast forward 50 years, it costs the same.
The same.
I checked. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jack. I checked a flight to Bermuda just to see what it is. It's about the same price as it was when I was there for 5 years, 86 to 91. It's basically the same price.
Imagine how much fuel prices have gone up and employee costs have gone up in that time, and building the airplane costs have skyrocketed. I'm sure the cost of leasing the gates at the airports have gone way up.
That's why you don't get any food anymore.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. To be fair, I never really ate. Like, I was born, I guess, too late for the flight meals, but I'm cool with peanuts
and you can bring
pretzels.
food on with you if you want.
Skypig.
Skypig,
and they do.
They're building a Shake Shack in the Southwest Terminal.
Don't get me started on the Shake Shack.
Oh, no.
I went there last night.
No. Isn't that good?
Chesterfield Shake Shack.
Yeah.
And I struggled through the ordering computer, which is not exactly user-friendly for a boomer. So 7 or 8 minutes, I struggled through it. Okay, we want 2 ice creams is all we want.
Yeah.
A small vanilla and a double chocolate. That's all we wanted. I get done 7 or 8 minutes. I finally got it figured out, the computer. It said, well, what table are you at?
Carry out.
I'm not at a table. I'm inside. I'll go find a table number. So I went, got a table number, came back, typed that in, and said, okay, now how much you want for the tip? I'm not leaving a tip. I just did everything. I did it all, and you want it. There's not even a person here to tip. So then I paid, and then I sat down at the table, and the ice cream never came. It never came.
That's a 50-50 shot when you order a dessert.
There were 5 other people. There were 5 other people in the restaurant. 5, and it needed the table number to try to find me. And after about 10 minutes of sitting there, I said, anything wrong with my 1 scoop of ice cream? We'll get right on that.
We're at the Shake Shack?
Yes.
Okay.
I've
never been.
Can't you just walk in and order?
No.
To a real person?
No. So then I waited another 5 or 10 minutes. I said, I don't want it now. I don't want your ice cream. So I just want my money back. So I went, and of course, I had to wait for a human to come and give me my money back. Did they say, sorry about that? Oh, geez. Nothing. Just looked at me like I was an idiot.
I could have swore when they first opened and I went, it was a long line, but I don't remember using a computer.
Was that the one at the CWE?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that one.
Possibly the new one is different. Damn, Doug. So you didn't get your...
I never got it.
You got your refund.
I got my $10.46 back.
No apologies?
Absolutely none. None. But how much tip you going to leave us? Nothing. A big nothing. That's probably why they didn't deliver me the ice cream.
You think?
No tip, no ice cream.
Oh, she just went to McDonald's.
I just went home after that point.
We got swordfish in the
Scratch that one off the list.
You got swordfish in the fridge. You don't have to do any ordering tonight.
That'll take some of the sting out of the missed ice cream opportunity.
Oh, it was good. God, it's so moist. I don't like the word moist, but it was moist.
Okay. And that ice cream would have been moist, too.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't even want a burger. You didn't want any cookie cuts.
2 small ice creams. That was it.
Maybe the one at the airport will be a little more user-friendly.
They have to be more user-friendly than
because this was the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I'm done. Shake Shack is out. I'm done. Cross that one off.
It'd be computerized like everything else. You can't even walk up and get a ticket anymore.
Yeah. And do it all yourself and leave a tip.
Yeah, that was tough.
Who am I leaving a tip to?
You have the option not to. I never tip computers. I think they're positives to that. The lines move quicker.
I will say, at Southwest, like checking a bag is 2 seconds
Like,
when you can
it's
do it to the kiosk.
insane if you had to wait for human confirmation for every single thing that we had to do 20 years ago. Now, I think there's a point to where it's insane. And you obviously, when you want help, you want there to be a human within 10 feet from you. But self-checkout is an absolute game changer. It just
They had to stop it.
Simply
Schnucks.
is.
People steal so much stuff. They had to limit it now to like 10 items.
That is a problem. But I'm talking for people who actually want to get in and out of the store with efficiency. It's absolutely a no-brainer for me. But like, I'm not tipping that. I think there's, that's a stretch. I don't think anybody does.
Why can't you check bags at the airport anymore? And it's not 9/11.
You can check them outside.
Last time I flew, they said there's nobody out there. You can't check bags. You got to go inside.
Well, probably depends on that day, because I know they're always
Yeah, both
out
STL and Phoenix were checking bags outside when I was there.
Yeah, that's the move, too.
Maybe it was just, I think it was Jamaica. I think it was because we left at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, those
Probably
early
wasn't
ones
anybody
are
there yet.
Could be the case.
But he said they don't check bags. He said they don't check bags anymore. They didn't say it's too early. They just said we don't check bags anymore.
Well, that's a third world country. You never know what you might get there.
And I tip those guys.
Was that
for sure.
Lambert?
No, I saw people at Lambert were, when I left at I got to the airport Thursday at 8, and they were checking bags. TSA pre-check is the move, takes 4 minutes, and get through Terminal 2 security. I had a guy, here's a little state of Lambert. 8 a.m. Thursday, I'm in line at TSA, takes me about 1.5 minutes to get to the front of the line.
Nice.
In the Southwest Terminal.
Oh, yeah, those things are cool.
And then a guy behind me shows his ID to the person at TSA, and they go, "Oh, you have TSA pre. Do you want to go to the TSA pre line?" He goes, "I thought this was TSA pre."
Because there was no one there.
Because there was nobody there. So, welcome to the town. Welcome to the town.
No one here.
Welcome to the town.
They're having a big multi-million-dollar
renovation.
I think
rehab
that's
of the
going to be.
airport.
Is it going to be the other terminal, not
They're
the
going to
Southwest?
combine them to have one giant terminal.
That's the move. That's the move. That's the too many terminals out there. My favorite is when people who fly once a year have commentary on the commercial airline business. That's from Strap On 18.
Oh,
it's a wild
A new
name.
one.
Yeah, that's a wild name. I don't remember putting that one in.
Well, buddy, a few years ago, I flew 5 times in 1 year. So just because I haven't gone anywhere lately doesn't mean I haven't flown before. I guarantee you I've been to more places than you have.
Oh, gosh. Here come the guarantees.
Well, don't make comments like that.
Strode, you fly once a decade. You shouldn't have a
There we
comment.
go.
That's from Harrison's brother, Master. Another one of your friends.
Well, 3 years ago, I went to Vegas. I went to Florida 3 different times.
You're a world traveler,
Someplace
is what
else.
you are.
Well, I used to be, but
Frequent flyer.
I just asked why there was no check-in in the Jamaican flight. That's all I asked. I didn't say I'm a world traveler, but I guarantee you.
Stop these guarantees.
No, I'll guarantee it. I guarantee I've been to more places than you have in my
No,
lifetime.
you don't know
That's
that.
probably
You can't
true,
guarantee
though.
that.
How many continents? What's counting?
Condoms.
Continents.
Continents.
2. I mean, here in Europe.
What about, didn't you go to Australia?
No, I'd never go to Australia. It takes
You
so
went to
long
Egypt.
It took so long to get there. That's not Europe?
That's Africa.
Oh, come on.
All right,
You
well,
know
3.
Egypt's not in Europe.
I don't know continents.
Clearly.
That's
Can you name all 7?
Probably not.
Let's give it a shot. This seems like a good idea.
Gosh.
Africa.
There we go.
Asia.
There we go.
Australia.
There you go. 3.
Antarctica.
There you go.
United States.
United States is not a continent.
Europe.
No, you're
4.
right.
We got 4. 5. We have 5. You need 2 more.
South America continent.
Yeah.
and then
Central America continent.
No, sir.
And then keep going up.
North Pole.
No.
Down.
The one you live in.
United States.
It's not a continent. It's a country.
You almost had it with the North.
North America.
There it is.
Well, when I said United States, I meant North America.
But you
But
didn't
that's
say that.
That's not gonna fly.
What
If
about
you're on
Canada,
Jeopardy, you know.
Mexico? Oh.
The World Cup is in North America in 2026, not just the U.S. of A. They'll be playing games in Canada and Mexico.
I didn't know Egypt was in Africa. Really
How
didn't.
could you
Literally
not know
on
that?
in the continent. It's. I mean, to be
I was
fair,
there for a week.
it's
Well,
just
I've never
south
been there. I still know where it is. Most of us have never been to Egypt. We still know where it is.
Yeah, I don't know why I went. We got a Sonesta Beach for $10 a night. That's why we went.
Maybe you were lost. You thought you were in Paris. Turns out you're in Egypt.
No, we just went places where we could stay for $10 a night, and places we'd never been before and probably would never go. Let's go to Egypt. There's Sonesta Beach.
That narrows it down. $10 a night.
It was kind of boring. Look, there's a pyramid in sand.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say I've been there. Anyway, so 3 continents.
Harrison's brother Master has entered in his continent count. I've been to 3 continents and at least 35 of the states in the U.S. of A. Sorry, Strode, you are wrong. That's from Harrison's brother Master.
I think I've been to more states than you, and I know I've been to more countries than you.
You don't know that. You don't even know
He
these people.
He just said he's been to 3 continents. All right, well, I've been to 3.
Yep.
But I've also been to like 9 places in the Caribbean. Have you been there? I also been to Amsterdam, which is Europe.
But you don't know where other people
I've
have
been to London,
been.
Europe. No, if he's boasting about being in 35 cities, 35 states, I've been in 35 states, if not more.
If this is the entrance exam to the Gatesworth, then best of luck at your new home, Ken. That's some glove blogger. His name is Tom Trade.
Look, if you can work out a deal with Gatesworth and I live there, fine. I'll go.
You would?
I'll do spots for him. Maybe sponsor the show.
I know the guy who owns the Gatesworth.
Gatesworth moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Good guy?
Yeah, fantastic guy.
I'll call him. See if he wants to sponsor Iggy's senile moment.
Ken has flown more than every other listener, wears more expensive clothing than anyone else, and no producer in the country can touch him. Is there anything this guy can't do? Newsflash, Strode, you're a welfare citizen with a violent masturbation addiction. That's from the guy in the parking lot.
Oh.
He goes by Little Tommy Tribbins.
Oh, you're still riding a bike.
Oh.
I'm not boasting. I'm just answering people's questions that think that I lied. You don't never been. I've been to 35 states. So I just tell you where I've been. Back in the day, I did travel a lot. I don't anymore. No place to go.
You were a jet setter, is what you were.
I had money.
How'd you get this money?
Well, in Bermuda, you're making $1,000 a week, and there's no taxes. I was pocketing everything. I had money to go do what I want. I could just hop on a plane and take a weekend off and go to New York, which I did quite a bit.
Yeah. That's where you met Patterson, right?
No, that'd be Anna Cardente.
Yeah. Oh, Anna
but I met her in Jamaica.
That's right.
Or Bermuda, I'm sorry.
Patterson's a cornhusker.
And she lived in New Jersey.
And you needed to go to New York to see Leona Helmsley.
I tried to see her once. Wouldn't have me. Actually, she didn't know me.
You were trying to go back for seconds?
No, I was trying to get a place to stay.
At the Waldorf Astoria?
She told me if you're ever in New York, come by the hotel and you'll be my guest. I came by.
You came by unannounced.
She doesn't know you. Okay. I wasn't going to tell her assistant. Well, I banged her like a month ago.
Oh.
I think when you get turned down like that, I think you go all in.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to talk to the chick again. I look at her, her assistant, and go, you know I banged her, right?
You go scorched earth.
No. Well, I had a place already. I just didn't. I just figured if I can stay here for free, I'm going to do it. And I'll cancel the Radisson in New Jersey airport.
Well,
Radisson in the New Jersey.
Speaking of New York,
oh, that's the place to stay if you go to New York. Just fly into Jersey; it's cheaper, and you stay at the Radisson, and you just take the subway into New York.
Newark. Doug, speaking of New York, I believe Ed Herman of Brown and Crouppen is from New York. I think he's a New York guy.
Oh, yeah, I believe that's true.
Yeah. And the Brown Crouppen is, of course,
Not
our
anymore.
title sponsor here on The Morning After. If you could tell me about them.
Yeah, they may have been born in New York, but they're through and through St. Louisans now. Brown and Croupen's been around St. Louis since 1979. That's a long time on the local scene here. Very well-known legal firm, and they're here to take care of you if you have a potential personal injury case. Brown and Crouppen is local. You may see a lot of commercials on TV from companies who are saying, we're here, we're the biggest in the world, and we're going to hear. Well, you want the local guys who know their way around the local courts. They know the other attorneys. They know the judges. They know it all. Brown and Crouppen also treats their clients and employees like gold. They've been voted one of the best workplaces in town for many years. Brown and Crouppen realizes happy employees are the key to providing the best client experience. And as we've gotten to know Ed Herman and Andy and Terry Crouppen, we can see how they create such a happy workplace, and they'll create a happy environment for you if you should ever need them. If you need Brown and Crouppen services, give them a call. Here's the number. I'll give that now. 314-222-2222, or you go to brownandcrouppen.com. Make sure to let them know you heard about it here on TMA. They'll give you that free evaluation. They work on a contingency basis, no upfront cost to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. And they've won $1 billion in compensation for their clients. They can get it done for you. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
That's Brown and Crouppen, title sponsor here of the Morning After. And if you're looking to wager on the big game coming up on Sunday, it's going on with the Chiefs. It's going on with the Niners. A little rematch of 2020 Super Bowl right before the world changed. And you can bet on that with the Circa Sports app. Maybe you want to bet on the spread. Maybe you want to bet on the over-under. But if you like playing squares, and I know we all love to play squares come the big game, you can do that with Circa. Everyone who's played squares knows the pain of pulling terrible numbers. But with Circa Squares, instead of randomly pulling numbers, you can choose your square and choose which numbers you get. With a minimum bet of $1 and a maximum payout of $100,000, it's easier than ever. Download the Circa Sports app and place your Circa Squares bets anywhere in Illinois. For more information, visit circasports.com.
I was going to do that here. I forgot. I was going to put a squares together and put it in the break room, see if anybody... Maybe $5 a square, so if you wanted to play and I forgot to do it.
Well, there's still time.
Well, I'd have to fill it up by tomorrow.
Oh, boy, that'd be tough.
No, but I mean, we'd have to sell all the squares by tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I don't know if enough people would see it in time to buy all the squares.
Well, instead, you can take the short drive across the river. Do it with Circa.
But I can, but I'm talking about Hubbard staff, if they wanted to do it.
Okay, but this live read is about Circa.
Well, he was done with the live read. He mentioned squares, and I just said I wanted to do something for here, and I forgot.
Okay.
Well, either way, fun with audio. KG, you were cutting this morning when I entered the office. It's the Stephen A. Smith clip, and I don't know the context behind it. Could you do a light setup for me there, fine sir?
Sure. So Stephen A. was taking a listener submitted question on Twitter. He went in on the guy a little bit about his Twitter handle and then posed the question about a group of animals that he would like to have his back in a fight to the death.
Oh, all right. Let's take a listen.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
I'm sorry.
This comes from John.
I'm ready for this question. And by the way, something is wrong with this kid, Greg. What are you doing? Giving out your phone number looking for a woman? At Greg1667 693-5420. That's a number. You looking for honey? Is that what you're doing? Hey, look, you have my number. All you got to do is go to my Twitter handle. Really? Come on, brother. But listen to this question. You're in an arena with 50 hawks, 10 crocodiles, 3 brown bears, 15 wolves, 1 hunter with a rifle, 7 Cape buffaloes, 10,000 rats, 5 gorillas, and 4 lions. 2 to defend you while the others attack you. The goal is to survive 1 hour. Are y'all ready for this from me?
I don't understand the question now.
Lions are the king of the jungle. I'm rolling with the lions. And are y'all ready for this? 10,000 rats. I'm going with the rats. Let me tell you something right now. I don't know too many things in life that would stick around to fight with 10,000 rats. So let's get that out the way. That's number 1. They ain't trying to fight no rats. 15 wolves, they ain't trying to do it either. 5 gorillas. Come on now. So the lions and the 10,000 rats. I don't see how you gonna beat that. 10,000 rats. How you gonna beat that? I mean, again, the goal is to survive an hour, but you got to get through 10,000 rats to get to me. I'm going with the 10,000 rats. That's what I'm gonna feel like. I'm going with the lions.
How many times are we going to repeat this? It's hard to argue with the reasoning. I think he's probably picked the right thing.
He's not wrong.
Well, you forgot about the guy with the gun. I mean, he can kill the 5 lions pretty quickly.
Depends on how much ammunition he's got.
You're picking the 15 wolves. They're professional hunters, and 15 of them can surround anything that you got. I'm taking the wolves for sure over the lions.
I want the rats on my team because I'm deathly afraid of vermin of that sort. Rodents. I don't like them whatsoever.
Male lions are lazy and they don't hunt. They just go in for the after kill. So you got nobody determined on how many female lions who are the actual hunters in this.
I mean, one swipe with the gorilla and you're dead.
Yeah, gorilla. Cape buffalo is not to be messed around with. Those
are
bad
hard
boys
to kill.
are huge.
You can have that on the
That's a
front line. And I got
trophy
my
kill.
wolves. I'm cooking wolves and buffalo.
We didn't get a choice of hippos. They're nasty too.
Oh, those things will.
Even though I grew up thinking they were wonderful creatures that you could play the xylophone on their teeth in the cartoons.
Hawks are a great pick if they would attack, but I've never seen them actually, because if they're in the air and you're trying to fight off another thing and you got, how many was it?
A lion or gorilla could swat a hawk away real easy.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And rats scurry. You shoot the gun once, those rats will scurry away.
10,000's a lot of rats.
I don't know.
They'll still scurry. I can't believe we're actually arguing over Stephen A. Smith's answer.
Right, it was a stupid question. This guy makes $15 million to say that, to just keep repeating the same thing.
I'm
taking the rats.
Embrace debate.
Listen to what I'm saying. I guarantee. I'll tell you this right now. I'm taking the rats. That's worth $12 million a year.
You looking for some girls? At Greg 664-444. You looking for honey? You looking for honey? Now let's get this question. I'm taking rats, and I like breast milk.
Gotta admit, pretty solid. Didn't you used to have your phone number on your Facebook account? Wasn't that an issue?
Yeah, I didn't know it was there.
Were you looking for a lady?
I was looking for a honey. I was looking for a girl who likes breast milk. Some guys like breast milk more than like lies.
See, Stephen A. Smith's show is just easy. All you have to do is get some ridiculous question like this, go into his sex voice, and then that was 2 minutes that could have been answered in 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I stole it from the ladies' man on Saturday Night Live. Tim Meadows. Oh, you can make Beyonce. You can make Beyonce any day of the year. Oh, and J-Lo. Oh, she is fine.
I think
J-Lo. Oh man.
He did it once and goes, "Oh wow, people like that," and now I'm going to do it. Every
I know
time.
I like it.
Really?
Great.
And he just makes up the Twitter. It's always at Steve 6589255.
No, he puts it up on the screen.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's very.
That was definitely a phone number too. That
Yeah.
dude's ballsy.
All of them are at and it's numbers.
How many people do you think called that number after he put that out there?
Probably not. Probably a good amount.
25 to 100.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than getting your phone number. Like if you're probably one of those big celebrities and your phone number gets leaked, you just have to throw that thing out the window.
Yeah.
That
Tell
thing
my
is
agent or
useless.
my handler, go get me a new phone,
Yeah.
sir.
How many people called 867-5309 at one point?
Probably a lot.
I don't understand that
It's a
reference.
song.
Okay.
It's a song.
867-5309.
86753. My number.
Jenny.
My number.
Jenny, I got your number. How many people call that and ask for Jenny? Because I think that was a number. I think it was posted sometime that somebody had that number.
Oh, too bad. Wait, couldn't you just go to your carrier, T-Mobile, Verizon, whoever, walk right in and say, I need a new number, and they'll get you one, right?
I don't know. I'm looking at Harrison Brother Masturbator's number right now, and I just want to spam this dumbass about 500
Oh,
times,
really?
bro. I can't. Oh, man, I could. I'm
That's
not
his
going
bit.
to. I could. Looking at your number right here there, Masturbator. Just letting you know, my dude.
What is it, a Festus number?
Oh, it's definitely a trash number. Yeah, he definitely.
He's a swamp turkey.
Hit Mike Jones on the low. Yeah, Harrison's Brother Master never likes the clips we play.
He's one of the worst human beings I think I've
Block
ever met
him!
in
Block him! Can we block him?
I mean, Big Old Fan looks like a damn saint compared to this crazy kook.
Then block him!
Speak of the devil, and he
we don't wanna
shall
block him.
appear. New show name option, Iggy and the Supremes. That's from Big Ol' Fan.
Don't understand it, but whatever.
Breakfast Jim says, give me the Hunter and the Cape Buffalo all day. I'm sorry, that's Mr. 10,000. That Cape Buffalo.
How do you know how much ammunition the Hunter's got?
Oh, look at that Cape Buffalo. That thing ain't playing no games.
No, he'd be
Look
rough.
at that thing.
He'd be rough,
Oh, my
but still.
God.
Maybe he's got an AK-47 where he's got it
Yeah, I
customized
got
100
another gun.
rounds.
Yeah, if it's like, if it's an AK-47.
I've seen video of lions jumping on the back of animals like that, and they attack their neck from on top of them. You don't mess with a lion either.
I would love to go on safari in Africa. I think that'd be really cool, but I'm like half really scared that
Yeah, I don't
something
want to
goes
be eaten.
wrong.
Yeah.
A hippo, like you said, those hippo. I've seen videos of people in like a boat. In Africa.
They'll come swimming after
They're
you.
so
Nasty.
fast,
Yeah.
and they can. Oh my God! Yeah, they have a lust for blood.
And yet you can play the xylophone on their teeth.
Right.
Have you seen videos of people throwing like pumpkins and they'll smash the whole pumpkin, watermelon, that just one bite and it's gone?
Don't mess with
Michelle Smallman went on safari. I talked to her about it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It sounded fascinating. I don't know. You can get malaria in those kind of places.
I think you get shots before you get like a whole slew of shots before you get to go over there.
I've seen
heard Chris
video
Long talk
of
about
people
that.
in the Jeeps, and 10 feet away there's a lion. You go, wait a minute, what if he runs into the Jeep?
Trust me. Yeah,
I've been to Lion Country Safari in Florida.
Yeah, it's good
That's
stuff.
Pretty cool.
That's good stuff.
You can have your car sat on by an elephant if you're not careful.
The apes, they'll pull the antenna right out of your car.
Yeah.
That used to be a thing in New Jersey. My family.
Isn't there a place somewhere in St. Louis, right outside St. Louis, where you can go drive around? There's buffalo.
Lone Elk Park, 141 and
You just drive around
44.
there all over the place.
Yeah, there's Elk Park. Yeah.
Lone Elk, yeah. There's elk and there's a buffalo herd. Small. There's maybe 20 of them or so.
Are they
Done that a
fenced
few
in,
times.
or can you just drive around and?
You can drive around and they can get very close to your car.
Yeah, pretty cool.
May do that.
Oh, hey, look at this. Someone just texted in. You guys really not going to acknowledge that the great Timothy Michael McCurran is in the YouTube chat? And I was like, what is he talking about? That's from Flip Wilson, who's a fine gentleman who always sends me the names for the DFS showdown presented to you by Munganess. And there he is. There's Tim.
Hello, Tim.
He says, I'm currently on a plane and I'm bored. I would like to cyber with a couple of guys.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you'll be taken up soon. Trust me.
Yeah, look, and Don Peepy's interacting.
The Godfather.
Don Peepy is, of course, the Milagro Tequila January 2024 Listener of the Month.
Yes, he
and we got a new prize for the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. You, of course, get the Milagro Tequila prize pack, which is sick.
Love that.
Bottle of tequila, hoodie, little shot glasses. It's a great prize pack. But on top of that, this is a 1 of 12 item. We've never. Last year were the hats. We have hats. Those were 1 of 12 in that variety. This year, Doug,
what?
Tumblers.
Oh, really?
TMA tumblers. They look just like your one right there, except they're black, same
like
size.
Almost a Yeti?
About the same size. And they say TMA Listener of the Month 2024. So
This is a Yeti here.
if you get one of those, you get a 1 of 12 items. So Don Peepy,
Really?
you know you got that coming to you, big man.
That's nice.
We got another giveaway too on our TMA app, correct?
We sure do, Iggs. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, people think I didn't know what I was talking about last
Tuesday,
and pretty much I nailed it all.
Of course. It's on code.
Just go to our TMA app. The contest that we have is you can win a pair of tickets to go see Stevie Nicks with me. Not just you by yourself. The winner will get another ticket to bring whoever you want. Then I'll have 2 tickets, so you'll be sitting with us. But, just type in keyword Iggy in the contest, and you can win a pair of tickets to see Stevie Nicks May 7th at Enterprise Center, and you get to sit with me. How about that?
What? Yep. Concert's on May 7th, Doug, at the Enterprise Center. Use code Iggy on the TMA app to enter. Not only do you win tickets to the concert, but you get to sit with the great Ken Iggy Strode, a Stevie Nicks enthusiast for many, many years. Interacted with her personally multiple times, if I'm not mistaken.
Met her twice, interviewed her once.
There it is. So you can go check it out with Iggy. You can also check out Munganess because they are the presenting sponsor for the 7 o'clock hour here. They are the official automotive provider of TMA. Plow, how can I hear a little bit about the fine folks over at Munganess?
Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton, Toyota, 7 o'clock hour sponsor on TMA, sponsor the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown, and the official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, presenting sponsor of Balloon Party. And we just can't say enough good things about the wonderful people at Munganess. It's Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess, and in the service department, Ryan Seiberg. So if you're looking for a new car, they have a huge amount of inventory on their lot, and you can go shopping right now at stlouisacura.com or at altontoyota.com. And if you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle, they have a great selection there as well. Just go online at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. Even if you didn't get your car from Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton, Toyota, get your car serviced there with the great Ryan Seiberg and his wonderful service department. It's Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton, Toyota. Online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com.
Can I say that, I've said a few times when I get up in the morning, I play my golf rival game.
Mm-hmm.
You have to watch these ads to get coins and stuff. It's usually a 30-second ad. And I've had Munganess ads come up, St. Louis Acura.
Oh, nice.
Just the voice guy for 5 seconds talking, and they show all the different cars and prices and things like that. And today I saw one for Alton Toyota. nice one, kind of fly over the lot and things like that. And then I saw another one for St. Louis Acura with the same voice guy, but sitting next to the voice guy is Peter Munganess.
Hey.
Oh, really?
Great guy.
Yeah.
Great
He
guy.
didn't talk. He just smiled. And I said, you got to put a pretty face on there.
Love that Peter
That's what they
Munganess.
did. So Peter's just sitting there smiling.
Seen him at Tam Ave Bar a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
Or at
great
least
guy.
once. Yeah,
Great
these
guy.
wonderful people. Doug, a text from Kelly Hanna just came to my phone that reminded me because this happened yesterday on QFTA. We have done it. 5,000 subscribers to the YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
5,000 subscribers.
Nice.
Look at us now. 5,008 if we're being honest.
Okay.
So our bonus check go directly into our account?
Well,
and
now
those,
I think
those are
that-
handed personally, I think.
Well, now I think that gets sent right to Barrett. Right to Barrett. So
Yeah.
2024's top 20 list. Look out for our mugs up on bsm.com.
Nice little feather in our bonnet.
You're telling me.
I believe you guys said that you would do something special for 5K when you first got to Hubbard. I don't know if you remember.
Kelly also included that in the text. I believe there was some talk of nipple showing.
Whose nipples?
That's a great question. I really don't remember who was going to show the nipples. I personally don't want to today.
Probably Plowsy's hairy one.
We've seen that, though. And you've seen mine, of course, in the photo with the yellow life vest, not a diaper. So I feel like, and we've seen Doug's, so I feel like, Iggy, you're the only one left. So why don't you pop off that Q-zip, big boy?
I have posted pictures of me in Bermuda many
true.
times with
It's
my
true.
top off. You
It's
just
true.
go to my Facebook page and you can see me in a Speedo and see my nipples.
All right,
But that was
KG.
years ago.
KG, time to earn your stripes, big dog.
I mean, I think I had mine out in Vegas, but I'll do it again.
Yeah, we did. I guess
make
we've
much
all been
prodding.
topless. Isn't that really cool? That all
Yeah.
of us have been topless on the
It's
dais?
erotic.
If we get to 50,000, we get a plaque.
A placard?
Doesn't YouTube send everybody a biggest 50,000?
I thought it was 100.
Yeah, I think it's more than that. 50,000.
Yeah, I
I mean,
thought it was
I'm not like trying to poo-poo 50,000 YouTube subscribers, but like we were looking this up yesterday, Doug. Mr. Beast. I don't know how familiar you are with Mr. Beast.
Not familiar at all.
He's a YouTuber. He's the biggest YouTuber in America. I think the number was 237 million subscribers to his YouTube channel. That's not
What's he-
views.
what's
That's
he doing?
subscribers. He does a lot of challenges. He's been doing it for
He gives away a lot
10
of money,
years.
though, doesn't he?
Yes, but how he started was just doing like dumb challenges. I think one of them was like curling a 1 pound weight and seeing how many times he could do it, or giving somebody $1 for every time they did it, and you'd be surprised how quick your arm gets tired. I think one time he like counted to 1 million or something, and that got him a ton of views.
Really?
I mean, internet culture is certainly a little different than
it's
probably when you
bizarre.
were a kid. But
yeah, just a wee bit.
But he does a lot of really cool stuff now.
So he'd be a very wealthy man over that.
Extremely. 237 million YouTube subscribers is unheard of. I think there was a account in India that had more, but in America, he is the most. But we have 5,000, so take that, Mr. Beast. Take that, Jimmy.
Bollywood actress?
Bollywood.
Bollywood actress?
No. I know it was some music record label.
You are familiar with the guy that I think his whole shtick is, what do you do for a living?
Oh, there's a couple of
And he
them like
walks up
that.
to celebrities.
On TikTok, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple, yeah.
You would think, I don't know how he got found, because now celebrities know the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Celebrities don't like being bothered, and he goes, hi, can you tell me what you do for a living? Hey, you're that guy that does that thing, right? And it sounds like Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living? You would think that, and they're all like, love him.
I think it's set up beforehand.
100%.
Yeah,
The
I think. Well, with guys like that, I think probably at the beginning it wasn't, but like if De Niro, like I don't think De Niro is scrolling TikTok. I'd be surprised at least.
But they all know him. And he's got millions of followers, too, just walking up to celebrities. What do you do for a living? You know what I do for a living. I'm Joe Pesci.
So 234 million subscribers. So that would mean, dude, because he did a video one time where I was looking, and he has like a ton of YouTube channels, like a lot. Like he was scrolling up, and he
has
said
like
just
other language YouTube video. Like
yeah, he
dubs
said
his
just pick
languages.
one of the channels. So like one of the 15 channels, and the dude
Mhm.
picked like 13th channel on the 15th one, and that one generates $70,000 a month, and it's a channel that like nobody's ever heard of. It's like overseas, so like that one small channel makes $70,000 a month. His main one probably makes $2-3 million a month.
200 some odd subscribers. That'd be like 1 out of every 40 people on Earth.
Mm-hmm. It's insane. He has a 40. What is it? A 40 share in the market.
Now, Ben and
Is it
Zara,
in the world?
who I told you about, is just a young girl and her dad from Australia. They lip sync and dance around. 1.7 million followers for two that just walk around and dance and lip sync.
Well, why don't we do that?
I'm curious
Because
how.
it's already been done.
Oh, darn it.
You got to do something where it's not.
1.7. I mean, it's fun to watch because she's a little cutie and she does it so well. I mean, the lip syncing and she knows all the words and the way she dances. They did a Michael Jackson one, and they're both kind of like moonwalking. But I'd be curious to see how many my buddy Gilstrap TV has.
Okay, why don't you take a moment here and find out?
I'll bet 820,000.
Oh, you're close. 874,000. He didn't even get to 1 million. 874,000 to watch a guy fart.
But you can make you can make a comfortable living if.
Oh yeah.
A year by just having that amount of subscribers.
Well, because
I think I don't know the exact number with that many, almost 1 million. You can with ads, with sponsors, if you can do a couple posts. It's good money, Doug.
Does YouTube provide the sponsors for you when you hit a certain number? Or do you got to go out and look for them?
No, they do all that.
They do it for you.
You monetize it. Obviously, they're going to wet their beak, and then you get a cut of it.
Yeah.
Doug, I don't know if there's a lemming move, but Tim is being propositioned even when he's out. Jackson, please relay the message. Tim, don't worry about the hairier holes of the listening audience. My wife is still an option. Enjoy your much-deserved trip. That's from Scott's wrinkled ballsack, but not his wife.
Well, just go on YouTube. You can talk to him yourself.
Yeah, he is kind of running a little YouTube chat in there, getting people going inside of the YouTube chat where we have, I can't see how many people are watching. That's weird.
200.
Oh, 200 fine Americans are watching us right now this morning in the Munganast 7 o'clock hour. Just bringing heat. We'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up. And like I said, you can sign up for the February Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month by heading to tmastl.com. Plowek, I got a question for you. A puppy was in here yesterday. Was there not a dog inside these studios here yesterday?
There was. It was a little guy named Petey. Doug, you met Petey.
Little guy.
Petey looked just like the dog in Little Rascals.
Yeah,
with
and when
the
I say
black
little,
eye patch over his eye, and
when I
the
say
rest of his
little, he's
white.
about 70 pounds.
Ooh.
Yeah, he
What's up,
was
big
amazing
boy?
though. Very well trained. His owner fell ill a couple months ago, so he went to the shelter. So he's used to being having a companion, being at a home, going outside, running around, playing. Great with kids, other dogs, other humans. So that's like kind of a perfect combo. What you look for. 7 years old, Dougie, and he comes from St. Charles County Pet Adoption Center. They are great people. Bridget brought in Bruno a few weeks ago, who just got adopted by a listener. I don't know what listener's name
Was that the Mastiff?
The big Mastiff, the little lovable guy.
Yeah.
So a couple have been adopted. It's great to see. And all this is obviously brought to you by Chow Chow, which I will be there Friday this weekend at Chow Chow on the Hill.
Signing?
I'm glad. I'm not going to be signing. I'm going to do a little video shoot, talk to Jess and Kevin, the owner there at Chow Chow.
Yeah.
They have a Valentine's thing going on Friday and Saturday. Kind of picture with your dog. They do homemade treats, obviously, not only just on Valentine's Day, but all the time. There's homemade treats there. So they really care about your dog, and they are great, great animal people. Go out there and check out Chow Chow. Plowsy Pup of the Week, Petey from St. Charles County Pet Adoption Center just got posted. Adorable dog. Like I said, if you like a big lug that kind of just wants to lay on your lap, kind of hang out and cuddle, great on leashes, great with other dogs and humans, go check out Petey. I've had a dog named Pete in the past, and he was awesome, so I recommend. It's a perfect name for him, and he looks fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Doug, you like Petey?
He did look like a fun time.
And he ate one of those treats and loved every second.
Oh, he did like the treats?
Just gnawed them up right on there, yeah.
Everybody likes the natural treats.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I was happy that Petey found them.
Yeah.
He looked like Petey from the Little Rascals, too.
I know, that's what...
Heard that somewhere.
I thought Plowsy mentioned it, but I wasn't sure.
No, Doug was the one that mentioned it. He mentioned it yesterday when I never...
That's where they came up with the name. That was even the name of the dog on the Little Rascals.
Was Petey?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what I just said. Thanks for listening to me.
We already said it before.
Well, then why you mention it again?
Because they didn't realize, they know it looked like the dog looked the same. They didn't realize it had the same name as the dog.
I haven't seen Little Rascals in a while. I watched it when I was a kid. Was it Alfalfa?
Yeah, he was one of
okay,
them,
that's the same
Spanky
movie. Spanky.
So they named it after the dog and the Little Rascals, but didn't know that's what they were doing?
I didn't know. I think
these
they
guys
know.
didn't know.
I
I'm
didn't
sure
know.
the people that named them.
Did you know you were trying to do that?
Dude, that was...
Did you know
I was looking for that right as you said it.
Wasn't that one of Jay Jr.'s questions? Who was your favorite little rascal? Didn't he ask that to the ladies?
Huh.
Really?
I don't remember that one.
I think so.
I was only listening during the Pearl Harbor and Passionate Kissing questions.
That was the heydays.
I feel like he
Salad
peppered that
days.
one in every now and then.
I think John Candy asked David Spade what it was. Who's your favorite Little Rascal? Spanky. When he was jerking in front of the window.
Are you sure that's not Chris Farley and Tommy Boy? Or is it John Candy?
It was Chris Farley, actually. Tommy Boy with David Spade.
Still a good story.
Still a great night.
Well, that's what his question was.
When did John Candy die?
I would say 12 years ago.
Ooh, I'm going to take the
I'll say
over.
I'll say 2003.
Wow, not even close. He died March 4th, 1994.
Oh.
So,
time flies.
12 years, 30 years, same thing.
Year after Cool Runnings. I love Cool Runnings.
That's a good movie.
You couldn't help it like John Candy.
Oh, so
he
good.
Yeah.
Big, lovable guy, instant charisma right there on camera. Cool Runnings. I
So
watched that
good.
probably 100 times as a
Same.
youth, man. That and Three Ninjas. It was always in the VCR.
Mm-hmm.
Where they filmed that is right between the airport and the grill. On your way to the grill, there's a huge field, and that's where they filmed the
Cool Runnings, the Jamaica stuff. Oh, the kart races.
bobsledding or whatever they were doing down the hill.
Right, little kart races.
God, what?
The banter between the two old dudes is great radio. That's from Flip Wilson. And Flip Wilson, Doug, nice. Look at this. So none of us took our nipples off, but there's Flip Wilson. He sent in a picture of his nipple.
Oh, gosh.
Thoughts, Eggs?
This is the guy criticizing anyone with that look?
It's like a C cup.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. There's a little hair around it,
How
which is
about
always welcome.
How about a push-up every now and then, guy? Just, once in your life.
This YouTube chat is active. Tim's running a little question from the audience in there. Love to see
He's
it.
got no QFTA for the next 7 days, so he's getting his fix.
My guess is Tim heard the program and goes, all right, we need to
Bolster
we're
it up.
bringing-
I disagree. I think we're doing great radio, and anyone
I think so too,
I'll
yeah.
fight anyone who disagrees. Call in 636-904-TMA. If you don't like what's going on in here, call in your own damn self. Bring some topics.
So that means everybody in the YouTube
Right?
chat's not paying attention to us.
That's fine.
That's fine. I mean,
They don't
it's-
ask how, they ask how many, Plowhawk.
yeah, and we're in background noise anyways for most of these people, so this works well.
They don't really listen much.
Yeah, call in 636-904-TMA. You can obviously text in on the Jeff Lotman text inbox. That number, Doug, you were asking about, it's 314-881-TMA5. We're going to close out our Mungan-ass 7 o'clock hour here as it is 8:05 a.m. You're listening to The Morning After, presented to you by Brian Crouppen. On the other side of the break, I'm going to tease real quick.
What do we
here.
have?
Watch this tease. We all love the look at this, look at that drop, don't we? I think we all agree.
Yeah, Roof Daddy,
It's
baby.
become my favorite drop of all time.
Yeah,
Well, fellas,
great clip.
I have found yet another call from that gentleman, and I'm not going to overstate it. I'm just going to let the listeners hear, but that's coming up on the other side of the break.
good.
A little new Roof Daddy for you,
Okay.
for your little ear holes coming up on the other side of the break. This is The Morning After, presented to you by Brian Crouppen.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Rosalitas know that a fun happy hour and scenic patio go together like fresh guac and chips. So take advantage of their covered patio this fall and winter at their De Pere location and enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. Their sparkling margarita is made with Chambord raspberry liqueur and topped with a bottle of Rosé Prosecco. They also have a variety of delicious margarita flavors, including mango, pomegranate, and blood orange, all made with top-shelf tequila and Cointreau. With phenomenal service, great margaritas, and a breathtaking atmosphere, there's always a reason to come to Rosalitas.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on, and that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website, or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Chow Chow on the Hill is your one-stop shop for all your pet supplies. As soon as you walk through their doors, you and your pet are considered family and treated with superior service and personalized attention. Jessica is the owner and is a certified pet nutritionist and is passionate about educating her clients on the product that will keep your pets happy and healthy. My favorite part about Chow Chow is its connection with All Paws Safe Haven, an organization that helps shelter animals find forever homes. To learn more about Chow Chow, visit CIAOCHOWSTL.com or stop by and tell them Plowsy sent you.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you or fake you or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro and the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. Yeah, this is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net.
Stevie Nicks. One special night, May 7th, Enterprise Center. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Don't miss Stevie Nicks live at Enterprise Center.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Do you love Stevie Nicks?
I interviewed Stevie Nicks back in '94, I think.
Like the way Iggy loves Stevie Nicks?
And I asked her about writing songs.
Do you think and talk about her incessantly?
A lot of your songs, I'll listen to them, and I'll say, I want to pretend that you're singing that to me.
And you want to see her for free? Stevie Nicks, live in concert, May 7th at Enterprise Center.
When I interviewed Stevie Nicks.
Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m., but you could get them for free. The only catch is you got to sit with Iggy. I mean, you get to sit with Iggy. Enter code word Iggy on your TMA app for a chance to win. Find out more at TMASTL.com. Now,
it's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After
on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Hell yeah.
Settle in. We're here. Doug, have you seen this movie, Semi-Pro?
I believe I did years ago.
God, it's good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I was talking about this on QFTA yesterday. You can check that out, Tim McKernan Show podcast. I believe yesterday was episode 621. I was talking about the movie Semi-Pro and how people don't gravitate towards it like other Will Ferrell movies. It's lovely. If you were listening to the Tim Meadows interview, I guess that was 2 years ago. I nerded out on that because he's really funny in that movie. And you get Will Ferrell and you get Woody Harrelson, Andre 3000. That's a great cast.
Well, there was a semi-pro football movie before, right?
Longest Yard, right?
No, the name was semi-pro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look it up.
The semi-pro, the best bit of that was the homeless guy.
Oh, Dukes. You're talking about Dukes.
Me?
No, Pollock.
This homeless guy got a chance to win like $10,000 that, of course, the team didn't have. It was a promotional thing. They had a half-court shot. And he's like just high, and he falls asleep, and then the horn wakes him up, and like he just granny styles it and makes it. He goes, Will Ferrell goes, no, he was on the line. And he gave him that big check, and he tried to cash it.
Yeah, because he didn't have the money. Doug, the movie you're talking about is Semi-Tough.
Semi-Tough, that's it.
Starring Burt Reynolds, Chris Christopherson, and the great Burt Convey.
Yeah, about Dallas Cowboys.
TUFT or TUFF?
TOUGF.
Okay.
Burt Reynolds, boy. A lot of sports movies for the old former Florida State. Was he a quarterback?
I think he was running back, maybe.
Okay. But he played college football.
Yeah, he was a
played
good
at Florida
athlete
State.
himself, yeah.
Boy, he looked like a good athlete in that Deliverance.
Yeah, well, he was. Yeah. It's not easy to find good actors that are good athletes. Robert Redford looked like he could play baseball in The Natural.
Denzel's son, John David, you might have seen him in Tenet, Black Klansman, the movie, the show Ballers, former St. Louis Ram. Played at USC and then was a St. Louis Ram practice squad member.
Denzel was here a time or two watching practice, I think.
Is that right?
If I remember correctly.
I love Denzel so damn much. I love any Denzel movie I'm in.
Do you?
I love Denzel Washington. I feel like I have a good idea what Plowsy's nipples look like already. Similar build here, so can we please see Doug's nipples? Maybe even a little tweaking while looking at the camera would be appreciated. Thanks. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack.
Oh.
That's when we go private. This is again why we need to go private with the listeners.
We need a curtain rod, just in the corner here where you can say, "Excuse me, fellas," and we excuse ourselves from the conversation, and we go back and we talk private with some people.
It would be a good
for some extra money.
You know, if we had like a traffic jam issue where a bunch of people wanted to go private with a bunch of different people, it'd be a good problem to have. You know, we'd have like a waiting line. You know? Essentially, it would just turn into us edging the listeners.
And I think it'd be great if you could hear us mumbling in the background. You see shadows moving.
It's not a big studio, so you naturally would get some.
Why can't we make that happen?
Noise. I think we can. I'm sure we can.
We could sit back, maybe back here in the corner, right by the phone.
Yeah.
We just pick the phone up old school, hold it to our ear, so everyone can't hear the conversation.
Yeah. Well,
so you are indeed going private.
Well, the Cuck studio was not a well-executed idea, the old station. It was a great room for going private. That
It was perfect.
You add a door on the inside of the studio. It would have been a great room to go private in.
But here,
we could.
The guy going private sits right next to Plowsy. We shut the curtain. He talks on the phone, and you can hear him say things like, "What are you wearing?"
Here you go, Doug. This is what you do. You go, "All right, I'm going to a private session," and he does.
What are you wearing?
Why are we missing out on this opportunity?
And then you hear him go, "That sounds hot. Tell me more."
Oh my God, that would be lovely.
You come back and you're a little sweaty.
I'm not sure the rest of the show could continue. We'd want to hear the other conversation.
You got like a damp towel that you're patting your face with.
You're giving a take about the rotation, Sonny Gray's performance last night, and then, I'm sorry, fellas, I got to go private with this guy.
I got Jim on the line here in a second.
It's always the guy.
Has to be. What lady's going to want that? We don't have any ladies listening.
No.
Oh. Yeah, that's a missed opportunity.
Well, let's make that happen in 2024.
Yeah, Tim's kind of going private right there on the YouTube chat. You can join in on the YouTube chat. This is The Morning After, presented to you by Brandon Crouppen. It is 8:17 here in the fine city of St. Louis. You can text on in the Jeff Lotman text inbox 314-881-TMA5. Call, and we still haven't gotten the phone call yet, and that's kind of pissing me off. 636-900-4TMA. Email in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. That's The Morning After at InsideSTL.com. The standings are as followed. Blueberry Pop Pop, 2 W's. Buck Swope, Holden Groins, and Tilly and Grundlehort each have a win apiece. So you can email in for a chance to enter yourself in those standings. Design Air, Heating and Cooling. Email today. Speaking of Design Air, Plowhawk, can I hear a little about Design Air? It's going to be pretty warm tomorrow.
Could be
Good
nice.
ball striking weather, but either way, you know that the winter weather will return. in a major way. So call Design Air. Plow, can I hear about Design Air?
Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. The place I work with, the place Doug works with, the place Iggy works with, the place we recommend you work with if you have any issues with your furnace. Design Air Heating and Cooling will be out there quick, fast, in a hurry to take care of it. DesignAirService.com is where you go. And now you're working with Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff at Design Air Heating and Cooling. It's DesignAirService.com. They've been in business now 4 generations. Seth is the 4th generation, and he prides himself on the legacy started by his great-grandfather, and that is customer service, number 1, no upselling, number 2. Here's the deal. This is the issue. We're going to fix it. We're going to take care of it. And I don't know how many people over the years, Design Air has been with us, have done business with them and raved about the experience. They're out there super quick, and they take care of our listeners. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at DesignAirService.com.
Jackson, you look like a 12-year-old in 1995 wearing his oversized Jordan shirt. Sick shirt, though. That's from the Afton Altar Boy.
This is the shirt you have on now? This is three-peat. 1993 NBA World Champion, Chicago Bulls.
Not bad, right? A little old school.
I like it.
All right, so I want to deliver on this tease. So I was, I think maybe a listener DM'd me, and thank you to that listener. I was like late on it, but I did click on it and saw this video of our friend who made the call of the look at this, look at that. Plow, I'm sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but can we pull up the original clip so that we can give some context to maybe some new listeners?
Yeah, you good.
Roof Daddy.
So you want you're talking
original
about
one.
the...
Come on, Plowsy.
There's so many Iggy ones, you should see how I have to go through the eyes. It's insane. Okay, here we go.
Joey Billy Cassidy turns back. Looks like they're doing a little reverse that you might see in football. The speed is with the D. Oh, what's he gonna do? He's shooting the roof, Daddy. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Look at that.
Outstanding work. So this gentleman, so I guess a listener DM'd me this new clip. So it's this Manitoba Junior Hockey League. It has to be parents calling the games, but they constantly post highlights of it, and then that is the broadcasting. So I guess this guy calls games every once in a while, and we have a new clip from him. I'm very excited for the listeners to hear this one. Plowhawk, if you could, please hit the lead.
Yeah, and I like how the audio files, you could tell when the dude yelled.
Yeah,
okay.
No doubt.
Bryant back to the blue line. Hunt's taking a little look. B-look. Gives it back to Hunt. Hunt's really in close. Oh, gives it to Bryant. Bryant, roof daddy! Oh, get the shingles out. We need to replace them as he went upstairs, and there's a hole. Fix it before the rain comes. Woo!
Okay, get that guy Get that guy a better job.
Now he's turning into Zamboni.
I actually, this is, even if it's a bit, the voice, the inflection, I always love, like, in the background, the horn, like the hockey horn.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of it works.
Yeah, I do too.
This is my white whale. I'm going to get this guy on the show.
Okay.
I would be so impressed if you could do that, because I don't even know his name. I don't know much about this Manitoba Junior League. I just know that he is fire.
I tell you what, I've already got a number.
Stop.
Oh, how'd you do that?
Stop.
Doug, come on.
I feel like me and Iggy might be on the line. How did you get a number for this guy?
Well, it was pretty easy to find out who the guy was.
Okay. All right.
So I got a name, and then,
Oh, my God.
Could be the best producer we've ever had on this show.
Call him right now. Get him on.
What time is it in Manitoba?
Oh, my God.
Good question. Well, would that be Mountain Time?
I don't know
I
think
provinces.
it's Eastern Time.
Yeah, I think Eggy might be right. I think
I thought it was
Manitoba's Western Canada.
Yeah, I thought that was West. It's 8:22. It's Central Time.
Oh, okay. Winnipeg's in Manitoba.
His name's Doug.
That's right.
Really?
I'll call him and get him on.
I'm going to work on it.
His name is Doug?
Yeah.
You hear him like at the... What was he doing at this part?
Gives it back to Hunt. Hunt's really in close.
You hear that swallow? That's the biggest swallow. Yeah. Like, let's try it again.
Well, gives it...
Okay.
Gives it back to Hunt. Hunt's really in close.
Yeah.
Can I hear the very last yelp? I think that's going to make for just a lovely drop.
Yeah, I'll do like the laugh.
Okay, hit the lever.
Fix it before the rain comes. Woo!
That guy is magic.
I think he knows his first one got all kinds of publicity. Now he's just going to turn it as Zamboni and just make up stuff. The shingle in the hole.
That's okay if it's
I think
made
I'm
up.
all for it now.
Everybody
I think
makes
that guy,
up the call.
Yeah, that guy makes it work
Yeah,
well.
because he's doing fourth grade hockey.
We haven't determined
So
what
it's
the
not
age
like he's trying to
group
get a
is.
job. He's just being funny now. But
I think it's teenagers.
Okay.
Well, gives it to Brian. Brian, roof daddy! Get the shingles out. We need to replace them as he went upstairs, and there's a hole. Fix it before the rain comes. Woo!
Fix it before the rain comes.
It almost sounds like he's saying Roof Tanny. Like the daddy is a little different. I like the Canadian accent, though. That guy is special. That's unbelievable. We need Roof Daddy shirts ASAP. That's from Mr. Siders. We need look at this, look at that, and Roof Daddy t-shirts. This might get me into hockey. This guy single-handedly might get me into hockey. If they had broadcasters like him calling NHL games, that's not a shot at John Kelly or anyone who calls hockey games here locally or nationally. But that guy has something. I don't know what it is, but it's it. He's got it.
Did you hear have you ever heard any of the calls from the former Florida Panther announcer?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was a good. He was like the original. He does like movie quotes.
Can you bring that up, Plowsy, for Jackson?
Yeah, and he actually was. I think he still does.
I don't think so. If you look at it, I think there's a collage of him, like 7 or 8 back-to-back ones, and I forgot his name. But I think if you can pull up, you just look on YouTube for Florida Panther announcer movie.
I think
phrases.
I have it here.
Oh, well, let's hear it.
McCabe back to Bouwmeester. Over to the far side. Frolic takes a feed from Bouwmeester. Fires. He scores! L.A. face with an Oakland booty. Ballard steps into the middle. He and Bouwmeester will trade. Ballard, quick strike shoots. He scores! Ball! The meatloaf! Panthers with a power play goal. They got a 1-0 lead. Stillman right out in front. They shoot. They score! Make me a bicycle, clown! Weiss swoops in. Puts it back to the left point. There's deflected. Loose puck right out in front. There's Booth in the back. And he shoots. He scores! You did the motorboat, didn't you? David Booth gets the goal.
Great.
The guy in Pittsburgh had some great ones, too.
Yeah, that Moore was great. That was the first of, its kind of...
Ma the Meatloaf is an outstanding
Make me a bicycle.
Well, they were really rough for a very long time. If you don't remember the Florida Panthers franchise 10 or 15 years ago, rough.
I once called them the Carolina Panthers.
L.A. face with an Oakland booty? That means what exactly?
It's got to be a quote from something.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot. I'm going to say, because it had the Sir Mix-a-Lot, in the video, the YouTube, it kind of showcases where the movie quote came from. The mom, Meatloaf, out of the Will Ferrell and the smoking jacket.
So good.
I actually did a TMA contest where we played these and you had to guess what the movie was from, or what movie the
announcer was referring to?
We would play a clip and you got to tell us what movie he's referring to.
Oh, nice. That's a great game.
It was kind of fun. You got to hear his call and then you got to guess.
We have a billion texts saying that juniors is ages 16 to 20.
But we've gotten a lot of different texts on that.
I believe that seems to be the consensus, and I know there's plenty of people out there. Carlos Spicy-Wiener, he's a Hall of Famer. Junior hockey players are anywhere from age 15 to 20. They aren't in 4th grade, damn it. Also, speaking of T-shirts, where are the Tim McKernan honorable mention 2024 shirts dropping? Figure you guys would have some merch for the big win. That's from Carlos Spicy-Wiener. That's right, Doug. Number 23. Number 23 in your hearts. Number 23 in Barrett. Number 1 in your hearts.
At the very least, he should receive a certificate.
Right.
I don't know if a trophy necessarily for honorable mention.
No,
or
and
placard.
a check.
Probably
a check and a certificate.
Autograph picture from Barrett. Congratulations on your also receiving votes.
That's right. We brought the heat last year, and we were rewarded for it handsomely. Mike Lang in Pittsburgh, Doug. Let's touch each other's holes. That's from the Recovering Alcoholic.
Oh, yeah, Mike Lang. He's fantastic, too.
He does those type of things?
Yeah.
Movie quotes?
Well, I don't know about movie quote. He makes them up himself. See if you can find some Mike Lang in Pittsburgh, Plowsy.
Fingers
I don't mean to
Hated
upset
this.
you. Gosh. Oh, gosh.
Fingers.
What is it, Mike Lang?
Pittsburgh Penguins announcer.
Someone
funny calls or something. Find anything?
Someone said that the hockey club that this guy calls for was selling T-shirts during prominent winter holiday. They already beat us to it. Now they're going to probably go private, too, and we're going to get just left out in the lurch.
Crosby, rich shot. He shoots and scores. Oh, get in the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game is ready to roll.
Now, a few things are apparent when...
Now we know where Van
Flyers
Boeing
is. Rufino on fire, scored! Oh, what a play by Osa! He turns goaltender Baron inside out, and he just lost his liquor license. Crosby looking. Loose in front. Still a loose puck picked up by Ricky. Shoots and scores! And Sidney Crosby has scored his first goal ever in a Pittsburgh Penguins uniform. Oh, slap me silly, Sidney. Crosby's going to take it off Koskela. He shoots and scores. Oh, slap me, silly Sydney.
Those are good.
Still on here from the power play. Walks out and shoots. Scores! Evgeny Malkin from the right wing circle. And the Penguins take a 1-0 lead. Oh, shave my face with a rusty razor.
I know I kind of lean into the anti-hockey thing, but I have so much respect for people who call hockey games.
Oh, it's got to be the hardest.
I can't imagine how difficult that is.
It has to be the absolute hardest.
I mean, the puck can move from 4 different sticks in a matter of seconds.
The players all look the same.
Right, like you're going off purely numbers.
They've all got helmets. If you can see the numbers, they're moving so fast. The players change every 30 seconds.
Oh, my God. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
And then, like, do you have to call every single time they pass the puck? Like, I don't even know how you do it. I don't even know what the regions of the ice are called.
I know.
What's the point?
Ken Wilson's old trick was when he couldn't figure out who the player was or exactly how to describe something, he'd say, and there's 8 minutes to go in the second period, 1-0, or whatever the score was, and that would buy him about 5 seconds to get back to figuring out what was going on. It's a nice little technique.
Yeah, you've called like football games before, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you ever call hockey games?
No,
at all?
thank God, I couldn't do it.
So just football? Did you call basketball though?
I did, yeah. One day at the high school shootout, they used to have a shootout at the Enterprise Center Arena where they'd have 10 different high school games from all over the country, top players.
Yeah.
Did a little of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
even
fun.
that's easier, way easier.
much easier.
Yeah, that one is much more.
Players are big and right in front of you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like there's different size. Like I don't know, hockey players like are all basically the same size. Outside of like Chara and then some shorter players, like they basically look all the same size. Did you call baseball games at all ever?
No.
If you did, you used the minor league baseball announcer voice.
Yeah. Hi. Well, hello again, everybody.
I called the Olympic Festival baseball games when the Olympic Festival was here.
Yeah. Baseball's easier on the radio because if you say, there's a ground ball to short, he's got it over to first in time. You know exactly what happened.
Right.
But hockey, it's harder to explain exactly where they are even on the ice.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You got to do it in basketball on the radio, too. It's kind of hard to explain exactly where the guy is.
Yeah, it's like pass to the wing, but they're really at the elbow.
Oh, now he's on the elbow.
Yeah, it's too difficult. Yeah, the baseball, and plus there's so much downtime, you can kind of mess around. I bet that's actually probably, I'd be curious where broadcasters are on that, who've called both like baseball, football, hockey, basketball, like the high pace of hockey and basketball. I wonder if they prefer that where they're always talking as opposed to baseball where you kind of have to fill a lot. I'd be curious on that.
And of course, it's a lot different radio and TV. Different styles.
Totally. That's why hockey, like Chris Kerber doing that, he has to be so descriptive of where the puck is, who's got it. Yeah. It's not like you can like just let it breathe at all.
And you can't ever take a break to, I'm going to go get a sandwich right now.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's like the...
Got to go to the bathroom. Nope, sorry, hang in there.
Now, 590 would have kept all their tapes like a lot of stations do. I forgot what tournament it was at Enterprise, which I think was Savas at the time. But 590 had the rights to carry all the games, and they got to put all their own announcers in there. And they had so many games, and they were using interns to do play-by-play of basketball games.
Chops Ritter?
I think Chops did one. And some of them were just so god-awful that I wish we still had the tapes of those to hear some of these people doing these games. They asked me to do it. I said, no.
You're too big for
I said, I'm not going to make a fool of myself.
Oh.
I never called basketball before. I'm not going to get out there and make a fool of myself.
It's a lot harder than you think it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if you don't think that's true, watch a game someday, turn the sound down, and do the play-by-play yourself and see how long you go before you just kind of run out of steam or have no clue what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I think we've all done that at one point, like pretend to broadcast your favorite team. And like you can do it with your team, but then once it's the other team, you're like, oh, who's that? What are they doing?
Look at this, look at that.
Yeah. Look at that. You just say, Roof Daddy!
Things like that. Start screaming.
Jackie boy, the point in hockey is where the defensemen are in the offensive zone. Okay, so that's up near the blue line?
Yeah, it's at the blue line.
Then what's behind the net? Is that the X?
Just behind the net.
Okay. I thought there was like a little name.
Bernie's office.
Is that, Bernie Federico? And he had a memory like a, like a cheetah?
Bernie Federico got a memory like an elephant.
Yeah. They were all quotes from Wedding Crashers. It's from Jackson's Lone Wispy Pube. The Bob the Meatloaf one is certainly from that. I saw that was on HBO Max.
Doesn't it suck that comedic movies are completely dead?
They've kind of transferred over to like superhero movies. Like Deadpool is now the American comedy.
I mean, imagine the Adam Sandlers in the early 2000s, and then you had, Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, no, it's changed.
And it
I'm
is
not sure you could, with political correctness, I'm not
Can't.
sure you can do that stuff.
No comedian wants to deal with the headaches or the
No.
restrictiveness of doing a movie, and none of the joke can actually land because
Right.
it offends people.
Right, but I just think it's all like morphed into different genres.
Yeah.
Like I said, like superhero, like Guardians of the Galaxy is funny.
Like
Avengers
Superbad
movies
to
are
me is
funny.
one of the best movies ever
Love
made.
Superbad.
Not in terms of just the writing, the character, the cat, everything. And it was super funny. And I
think you get away with most of that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not. I mean, there's some like
It's
the
finding the people to do it.
The homophobic stuff probably not, but like outside of that, there's nothing really that.
Were you
bad.
talking about the Pittsburgh guy? Because I thought
Mike
about
Lang?
that. I was thinking
We were
about
talking
that.
about movies.
I know, but I was thinking about that when he said that, and he did it on two of his things. Can you even use the word sissy anymore?
Yes.
Yeah, the one that they were doing, like I said, the Panthers one was probably 15 years ago, and you heard the Mike Lang one. That's Sidney Crosby's first goal. So some of these
Is that
are
really
way back
Sidney
there.
Crosby for?
Yeah, first goal.
How long has he been playing in the league? When I started
17
becoming
years? 18
cognizant of
Probably.
sports, he was like the best player in the league.
Talking about movies, if they played Blazing Saddles in a theater,
That would
now,
not fly.
people would literally drop dead in their
Yeah,
seats.
it's
That
like
would not
it
fly.
was.
That would not fly. No doubt about that.
Yeah, you can play one of the best shows ever, which you will not see anywhere. A lot of the old shows you see on streaming, you couldn't play All in the Family anywhere.
Probably not.
I mean, he used words that now you can't use. He used to use the F word for reference to gay people.
Yeah, some of those shows were, even The Office, in the early, like, they have to take huge segments of The Office out, and that was made in like 2004 or 5.
But who are the people that are really offended by it?
The vocal people that annoy everybody, that you just have to, please everybody. And certainly some of them were, probably not in best taste.
Yeah.
I get that, even back then.
But there's a lot of stuff today that's not in best. Listen to some of the music. Listen to some of the rap music.
It's
You
hard
think that's in good taste? You heard words there that were never used 50 years ago.
It's hard to compare movies that come out and try to, appeal to the masses as opposed to, obviously,
Well, so
a
does
certain
music.
in certain genre, you're appealing to a certain sect of people who like that.
But why is it okay in any genre and not okay in some others?
I don't know. Different between film and music, I guess.
Sorry, I got a text here.
They've cleaned up TV, and music has gotten all the more vulgar.
Now, I say this and complain about comedic movies being dead, but some of the TV shows that have been made and some of the great thriller movies, like there have been some really good movies and shows that have come out since. So you take the good with the bad, I think. You lose your comedic actor, but look at all the actors and actresses we have now.
Well, also, like comedic actors are really committed to like a lot of comedians who were very popular in the mid 2000s, early 2010s have like moved to more dramatics. Like Bill Hader with Barry, that's a very dramatic show.
Yeah,
Jonah
that's true.
Hill's moved to dramatic stuff. Seth Rogen has kind of moved to somewhat. He still does a lot of comedy, but dramatic stuff. They have like bigger aspirations, I guess. Whereas like in the 80s and 90s, being like Chevy Chase was the most popular actor in the world, and all he was a comedic actor. It's just not the case anymore. And part of that is because they don't make comedies like they used to.
And the comedians can also have their own HBO and Netflix specials, control the whole thing themselves, and probably make more money there than the little part that they play in a movie that cost them 3 months.
Right, and like stuff like SNL isn't the same as it used to be. So comedy has shifted across genres as opposed to being kind of its own genre. But there's, a big recommendation if you like comedies, and it's a little bit of a rom-com, but Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron in Long Shot, real good stuff. Really, really funny.
We've seen that.
Really, really funny. It was kind of an underrated movie in 2019. I really enjoyed it. Jackson, basketball is hardly fast-paced compared to hockey. That's from Johnny Cakes. Well, now you're just, I think they're both pretty fast-paced games.
There's sports that go back and forth like the most frequent.
There's probably more fouling and more stoppages of play in basketball, but the actual act of the game is pretty fast-paced, I would say. But hey, listen, I know you have your things.
Well, Mizzou doesn't play very fast-paced.
Boy, howdy.
I'm
just in despair, so
I gotta
send it in, send in your hate.
Can we just write this off and say,
You have to.
at least they recruited
to.
well? I don't know. This is the worst ever.
I think this is the worst I've seen a basketball team. From what I saw a year ago, obviously, you lose 3 or 2 guys to the draft, lose a ton of players. I can't get over how, I don't know if it's dysfunctional, maybe that's too far, but it just doesn't seem like they click Like the 5 guys on the floor, there's like no continuity.
It's bad roster. A lot of guys are playing out of their roles. Sean East shouldn't be a leading scorer, nor should Noah Carter.
I'm afraid we've got Konzo Martin all over again. A good first year with somebody else's players, and then you just fall apart.
No, that was Konzo's. Those were all Konzo's players. All the guys who were good were all Konzo's guys. But outside of unless you were Kevin Purrier, I guess would have been the one exception. But and maybe Jordan Geist. But the with Gates, I think you just got to. I from a basketball perspective, I see improvements in game from Konzo and Kim with Dennis. So
I don't know how you could watching that product that's on the
right now, like the roster construction right now is just bad. Like they're just bad, and they don't really have a great half court offense to suit that poor roster construction.
Well, then you come up with one.
Listen, it's easier said than done. If that was the case, there'd be a lot more teams with a ton of wins.
Well, there's not many teams that go 0 for their conference. There's not many that can't figure out how to win one game in a
and they're going
conference.
to, right? And
Listen, it looks like it. They just lost to Vanderbilt.
And lost Texas A&M last night. Listen, I know. I get
with
it.
19 in that game, though.
What?
They got within 19 in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Listen, I get it. Like people, yes, I'm a huge Mizzou basketball fan, and right now I'm in despair. But I've accepted that this season's a wash. So, my thought process on it is that you're not going to make the tournament. Winning a couple more. Obviously, going winless in the SEC is brutal. But if you're not making the tournament, it's just, again, like a wash.
I don't know.
You shouldn't have a little faith.
I don't think there's ever an excuse for the University of Missouri to have a season like this.
I agree.
It's never happened before.
I agree. It's bad.
Ever.
It's as bad as it's been ever. And it's a total 180 from last year, which was an outstanding. I think part of that is they overachieved a little bit last year. They had great, Kobe Brown was an outstanding player from his freshman year to his senior year. The jump he made was unbelievable. That was truly awesome. And Demoy Hodge was lights out shooter, great defensive player, and Golston was a great ISO scorer. They have none of that this year.
Well, then you replace it in the portal.
I know.
It's what everyone else does.
Caleb Love was supposed to be that, and Gabe talked to his mailbag yesterday on Power Mizzou about, how close was Caleb Love to coming here? The CBC guy who now plays at Arizona is playing well this year. And he said, from my perspective, it was all but done. I was just waiting on the response, and I didn't get it, and it never happened. So I think that they were banking on Caleb Love and didn't get it. But that's on the coaching staff. There's no, it's not like this is blameless. The blame is on Gates and his staff. So I get it. Trust me, I'm in despair. I'm not going to spend any more time. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks.
I watched most of that Illinois game. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I had never seen a more disjointed, unorganized group of players in any Mizzou basketball game that I'd ever watched. It was just horrendous.
I know. I was there.
The offense is take a three-pointer. Oh, we didn't make it. Okay. That's the whole offense. That's it. Do you even practice? What do you do in practice? You don't work on anything?
At least you're not going to have to see just a devastating tournament loss, in which I feel like Illinois is about to experience.
That's really looking for a bright side on a horrendous season. At least we don't have to lose in the tournament.
I'm trying to paint a picture for you guys.
Maybe you got players that don't listen to the coach and they know they're not going anywhere, so I'm just going to try to pad my stats. I'm just going to jack up threes.
That's not what the offense is. It's passive. There's not guys being aggressive. That's the problem. I wish that was the case. I wish guys were out there. I wish Tamar Bates was looking to score 40 a night, but it's just passive and bad. It sucks. I'm very upset about it. I've been kind of quiet about it this year because I'm quite upset. But I do not believe that firing Gates is the right answer. Not when you have a top 10 recruiting class next year. But it's all about the portal. If you can kill in the portal this year, all faith restored.
You better hope you can hang on to those guys. Because if you're a recruit and you're going to one of the worst teams in the country, you might have some second thoughts.
Right, but it's so cyclical. Like last year, they were one of the best teams in the country. It's totally cyclical. You can go back and forth. When you're a school like Mizzou, obviously, if you're Kentucky or one of the Blue Bloods, it's probably not going to be the case. But it's like Arkansas is having a terrible year this year. They went to the Elite Eight like 3 or 4 straight years. It's just how it goes. It's cyclical, and especially now with the portal being the wild, wild west, you can change overnight. So
well, they did change overnight. They went from pretty good to horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. People love. Now I'm getting my anger up.
Okay, here comes the dauber.
Now I'm getting my anger up. This is people, real Schadenfreude, and I hate it. Why can't
they're really coming at you? Are they?
Why can't we all have some love? What about love? I'm so tired.
He's the one they tried to get and went somewhere else.
Caleb Love, yeah. But where's the love? But that's a double entendre.
People get frustrated when you're horrible. People have short memories in college sports.
They do.
They want to at least be competitive.
I agree. No, trust me. There's nothing about me that's like trying to fade this and be like, oh no, this isn't that bad. No, it's terrible. There's no doubt about it. But
it's been a horrendous year or so, just in sports in general around here. With the Cardinals, horrible.
Football,
Blues
baby,
didn't
Mizzou.
make the playoff. Mizzou is about the only bright spot in football.
Well, you look at
Billiken basketball's off. Mizzou basketball's horrible.
But the calendar year of 2023, you had a ton of wins in basketball for Mizzou and a tournament appearance, and then 11 wins in football. That's about as good as a year for Mizzou as they've had in forever. So.
Well, Travis is the most overrated state employee.
Let me get the gloves. Let me get the gloves.
He is not
is it a private?
It's a private school.
He's the most
EDF group hot take oven mittens are coming out. Hang on,
EDF group.
Hang on.
He has no vision of where this university is going at all, dude. They should have made the tournament at least twice by now. He makes $3 million. I think in buyouts like $8 or $10 million. It's asinine. They need a full reload for SLU basketball, and I'm talking top to bottom.
Battlehawks in City made the playoffs.
Think about that.
Man, God, our city.
When the Cardinals and Blues are down, and Mizzou and St. Louis U hoops are down, to me that's a
cold winter.
It's a horrible year.
It's a cold winter.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cold, especially when the Blues haven't played in 6 days and won't play again until Saturday. Well, matinee affair, Doug. Sabres.
When the Cardinals are a last place team, and you got to deal with that from April till the end of September, that makes it a rough year for me.
When you're already leveraged sports-wise.
Can anybody explain to me, like, logically how they lose 90 games and they're coming back this year and they're supposed to win the division? I'm being serious. How is that remotely possible? And I realize the Brewers lost a couple pitchers. I realize the Cubs haven't done too much outside of getting a manager. The Reds and Pirates are the Reds and Pirates. I get all that, but
reputation.
To say you would win 15 or 16 more games this year than last year, I don't understand what that. Am I missing an addition?
It's just reputation of the organization, I think.
It shocked me that they're supposed to win 85 games and win the Central. A terrible division. Again, I realize that, but
I think it's because we have the best fans in baseball.
I think our fans give us 4 or 5 wins. What's our fan war?
They better give us like 20.
I think our fan war and whiff is probably 5.5, 5.6. So you get a full stadium
in
there.
I'm sure it's the best.
Yeah.
Fan war is an outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. What's our fan? 4.5?
Yeah, 4.5 to 5.5. And that's, Doug, you're talking a landslide victory over
pound for
the other
pound.
team.
The fan war for the St. Louis Cardinals might be the best player in the league.
Man, we really should do. Is there any kind of math we could possibly do?
Don't give them ideas. They'll come up with something for themselves.
How can the fans even affect the outcome of a baseball game? In basketball, you can scream during a free throw.
Momentum is real.
Football, you can yell when they're trying to come up with a third down play call and audible. Fans can yell. I'm not sure what you can do in baseball to affect it.
Yeah, because I guess you get real fired up when your team is on the field and the players at the mound, but that's going to mess up the pitcher. So, you're right. Like the wave. How about the wave, Doug?
Well, now that could be a game changer because I'm a big fan of the wave.
And helmet nachos?
And the Macarena.
Yeah. What about the power play dance?
I do the power play dance when I go.
Oh, God, it's so bad.
I absolutely do the power play dance. How can you not do it?
I refuse.
Why?
Never do it.
Is it
You
Hoosier?
look like a fool.
You're too big for the power play dance?
I don't like the wave, but I do. I have a few hockey games I go to. I'll hit
Absolutely, you do that.
These are the texts that I absolutely love.
Bring it, Plowsy. Bring the
I'm
heat.
not bashing the
Those got the mitts on.
636. But this is kind of the fan blind, like the blinder that they. And this is true though. They said they blew 28 saves last year, which is 100% true. It was asinine. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
They did blow 28 games. If they cut that in half, there's your 14 wins. What about on the other side of the foot, games we stole from teams, that those teams can use those games and go, well, if we just would have won that,
Yeah,
well,
it's a
there's a
sliding
loss.
scale.
Like, you can't play that game. And I realize they will not probably blow 28 saves this year, but they also are going to lose games this coming year that they probably won last year. So, like, that math evens out. So I'm not bashing 636. I appreciate the text. But I don't think that's how baseball and math works, is if you just blow half the games and go, you're not going to gain the 14 games. Seasons happen a lot differently. We didn't have enough in the bullpen anyways to cut those saves in half, or blown saves in half.
Then you blow saves and still win the game. I mean, you go and you're up by 2, you give up 2 runs. That's a blown save. Then you win it in the bottom of the 9th, or you win it in extra innings. I
suppose it would be, yeah.
Mr. Siders, by the way, I do have your phone number. So, Mr.
Give it out.
Siders.
Give it out.
It's 636 area code.
Oh.
I'm not going to give anything out. But I'm telling you what, I got your number.
You're this close
I'm
to
taking
giving it out.
receipt. I'm not giving it out. We can't do that.
Well, a blown save is not a fluky stat, especially the way the game is played today. You've got to nail it down at the end. It's all about relief pitching from about the 5th inning on, and the Cardinals didn't have it.
But it's not like you're taking your starter out in the 8th and putting your reliever in the 9th. It's like it's when you take out your pitcher. If you take him out with 6 innings, you got it's all of that. It's not just one pitcher blowing a save. It's how you use pitchers each week.
Without looking at the stats, I suspect the teams that were in the playoffs finished first place probably had the fewest blown saves of any of the other teams in baseball.
I think, Doug, that's a take that I can get behind.
Yeah.
Hot take.
It's funny that you bring all of this up because The Athletic has just done their MLB offseason grades, which teams failed and which teams passed. This Tim Britton, Grant Brigsby, and Aaron Gleeman. Good guys. I'm going to go around the dais. How would you grade the Cardinals offseason this year? I'll start with you, Doug.
You want a letter grade?
I would love a letter grade.
Oh. You mean this offseason?
That's right.
No,
And
last offseason.
Which team we talking about? The Cardinals?
The baseball Cardinals. The local 9.
Ken Wilson.
Okay. I'll give it a C+.
Okay. Plowhawk.
I'll give it a C-.
All right. Iggs?
Well, they did. They said they're going to do.
They did a lot of
They had to pick up 3 starting pitchers, and they had to bolster the bullpen. Granted, they're not huge names, but I'll give them a B- for effort.
B-. KG?
D.
D. Wow.
I'm going to go D, but I went C-
Wow.
just based upon the amount of signings.
Well, The Athletic gave them a grade of?
I bet B+.
A C.
Okay.
They got a C. They said that the offseason needs were front-end starting pitching, back-end starting pitching, and a closer. They completed 2 of those 3, according to The Athletic. Their 2024 payroll estimate is $183 million compared to last year's payroll of $176.6 million. The Athletic writes, rebuilding the ragged rotation was clearly the Cardinals' offseason focus, and they moved very quickly to sign 34-year-old Sonny Gray and 36 years old Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson to provide veteran stability. The trio combined to make 97 starts and eat 560 innings last year, but Lynn had a 5.73 ERA while Gibson had a 4.73.
I believe in all, they signed 9 pitchers, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you can't say they didn't do what they said they're going to do. 2 out of 3. They said they needed a front end and a back end. Well, they got a front end. They got a guy who finished second in the Cy Young, and they got 2 guys in the back end.
Yeah, they got
Closers
Helsley back. Helsley's good when he's healthy.
The guy they got from the Rays, I think, is really good. The relief pitcher, I've never heard of the half-inning guy that they signed. I don't like the inning eater signings. You're basically saying this guy's terrible, but he's also terrible, but he doesn't miss a lot in the season.
He can throw batting practice for a long time.
Yes, this is a healthy trash pitcher instead of an injury-prone good pitcher.
But what's the other option?
Good players.
That costs money, man. That costs a lot of money.
There it is, right there. Spend money.
They're spending
money
more than last year.
Spend money the right way.
Right.
I think that, they catch themselves with the Dexter Fowler, the Cecil, the Andrew Miller. They just have.
We got Matt Carpenter again.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that one until you just brought it up. Maybe
I'll
it
change
is a
mine
D.
B+.
There it is.
I actually changing mine to a D.
They signed him as a bench coach, basically, and somebody that can give him a rah-rah in the locker room because nobody else can do that.
Yeah, so mainly what we signed in guys who are going to eat innings for you, but probably give up a lot of bombs. I mean, that's not just guessing. That's just look at Kyle Gibson and Lance Lynn. I think they were top 5 in hits given up and home runs giving up as well. Granted, Gibson did have 15 wins on a really good Orioles team. I just don't see how we're winning 15, 16 more games with this roster. But I do give them a C- for effort because, like Doug said, they signed 8 pitchers.
And they're not killing themselves down the road.
100%. They don't have
all short terms.
Yep, I like that. The Matt Carpenter tour aren't going to get insufferable, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes.
They did make a trade here, so they gave up a relief pitcher for some cash.
How'd you like to be a player that you got traded for just cash? They don't even want another player for you. They just
I don't
want
think you care
money.
what you get traded for as long as you got a better opportunity to
probably
stick in the major leagues.
I think he only pitched 2 games and struck out 4 in 2 games.
Babe Ruth got traded for cash.
Yeah, that is true. So I guess that's what you tell the player.
Have they ever
You and Babe Ruth.
Have they ever put out, they'll put, he signed for 5 years for $250 million. Have they ever put out what the cash is when you get back? It's always cash considerations. How do you figure out what the consideration is? Will you consider $40? We'll let you know. We're going to come back with 30. I mean, they never give out an amount, what you get for this player.
See, I like the Bobby Witt, what Kansas City did Bobby Witt, and I hope we do that with Jordan Walker next year.
Yeah, where'd the Royals get all this money?
If you look at the contract, Doug, he has 3 opt-outs. So my guess, it's more like, I guess, like a 6-year, $118 million deal before that first opt-out, to where he could obviously make more money depending on depending on how, the contract go in the future.
He has the opt-out, so not the team.
He had the opt-out.
So the team is on the hook for this if he
Team
wants
is on
to
the
stay.
hook for, like I said, the first 6 years, I think, and then there's an opt-out every other year.
Why would Kansas City sign anybody? You're not going anywhere.
Well, they're trying to.
Well, they're getting a brand new stadium, and they need a centerpiece for that. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, he's a great young player.
He's I think the first player in a very long time to do the 40. I thought it was 30 plus home runs or 20 plus home runs, the 40 steals and 10 triples. I think something like that. That's pretty
And
damn
he's
good.
very young too. He's 21 or 2 now.
So Jordan Walker could maybe get one of those nice lucrative deals next year if he has a full season.
Yeah, that's kind of what the conversation around is like, if you're going to do that for Bobby Witt, wouldn't someone like Jordan Walker be a prime candidate for something like that?
He's got to have a big year first.
I think 25 and 80 ain't going to get you. For him, for his age, he's 22. He'll be 22 at the end of next year, or this coming season.
Yeah.
That's enough for me to go all in. We haven't had a guy like this. Oscar Tavares, rest in peace, but we, obviously didn't get that opportunity with him.
Pujols,
yeah, obviously I'm missing an obvious one, but
They don't need to, and I know they never need to when they do that, but, when you're going to lose Goldschmidt's contract, you have a little bit of money to spend next year. Lynn's gone. Gibson's gone, so you're going to need 2 more pitchers. I think they'll use that money instead of, let's give Walker, he had a great year, let's sign him now. Don't worry. You got 3 years to worry about it. He's not going anywhere.
You're going to need to save some money to re-sign Carpenter next year too.
That's right. I think one of the big keys and one of the reasons they had to get guys like Lynn and Gibson is they would prefer to take that money and give it to someone like Walker, use it elsewhere, and then bring up, whether it be Tink Hence, McGreevy, Gordon Graceffo, get one of the younger guy pitchers or Liberatore, but I just don't think they think that they're ready. So the hope is that they are ready by next year and they don't have to allocate $10 million to another aging pitcher or re-sign Gibson or Lynn.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't happen, then they're still going to be in a really
Same
bad
thing all over
situation.
again. Yeah.
Because you got to have young pitching. I mean, what starter this year for the Cardinals came up through the organization, minor leagues, all the way through? Lance Lynn actually might be the answer.
Carpenter's making league minimum.
That's because I think Atlanta's paying most of his contract.
Yeah. Well, we shouldn't worry too much about Carpenter. I'm sure he's going to be the 24th or 5th player on the roster.
26th, yeah. I'm not that like from like a straight baseball perspective, it really means nothing. But from a when you're talking about a fan base who's not really thrilled with the direction the franchise is going,
and a guy who couldn't hit here at all for the last 3 years he was here. I mean, couldn't hit a lick.
Yeah, but Salsa.
He'll have a red jacket.
Salsa was nice.
Probably
so.
Yeah,
I would think so. Probably.
I would think that's probably going to be the case. Which, hey, you know what? What are you going to do? Like he's
a 3-time All-Star.
Yeah,
he's a good player in his prime. Very good player.
So I'm trying to find out a stat here real quick. And while I do that, Doug, I would love for you to tell me about that verticality in your quaff.
I have reached some follicular verticality thanks to the great people at St. Louis Hair Restoration. Boy, they did me right with an FUE procedure. I had about half a head of hair. Most of the front half had waved goodbye. And they came to me and said, would you like to try a hair transplant at St. Louis Hair Restoration? I said, well, I don't know. I said, no, come in and give it a shot. I said, well, okay, what the heck? So I did it. And boy, I'm happy I did. My hair looks completely different than it did 6 months ago. It's been like 7 months now since I had it done. The FUE procedure is where they shave the sides and the back of your hair and the area where they're going to transplant it to. And then they take the hair grafts out from the side and the back of the hair where you're not prone to male pattern baldness, and then they move it to where you need it. And then you just sit back and you wait for it to come in. And now I got tufts aplenty. I've got wispy tufts aplenty. Where's my sash? I forgot the sash. Look at the sash. I'm now considered by many to be the mayor of Tufftown. And I would put that on here. Okay, there's my sash.
Look at that.
You could have
Look at this.
Look at that. You
That
could
is
have one
amazing.
of these sashes yourself if you get yourself a nice head of hair. Dr. Polinga is absolutely outstanding in what he does. The founder, Greg Kryling, both very nice people, products or patients of their own product. So if it didn't work, they wouldn't do it. And it does work. You're probably thinking, well, I wonder if it would even work for me. Yes, it works. They've got the technology down. It works for everybody, and it works great. Not only the FUE procedure, but even the laser cap and supplementation like that works, as it has for Jackson.
That's right. Yeah, laser cap, little finasteride that I take every day. I take the finasteride in the morning, and then I wear that little laser cap 6 minutes a night. Super, super easy.
You want to wear my sash?
It's your sash. I don't want to
Okay.
take away from the.
All right.
It would match my shirt though, but either way.
Well, I think you should try it.
All right. I'll put it on. I've never worn a sash. Matter of fact.
Well, I hadn't either.
Look at it. It's all mangled
What
up.
in the
It's mangled
world?
up. It's mangled up.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So it's super easy to do. And then if you go into St. Louis Hair Restoration, what you will find is that they will give you a free hair consultation. So they'll take a look at your head and they will tell you what the best plan forward going for it. How do you wear this damn thing?
It's not easy.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah, it's not easy.
All right.
But boy, it sure looks good once you
Boy,
get
howdy.
it
They'll give you a free hair consultation. They'll take a look at your head and say, this is what the best plan going forward for you. Here's a treatment plan that would work for you. And what you do is you mentioned TMA. If you go through with that treatment plan, $250 off.
Well, that's nice.
$250 off of a hair treatment just by mentioning TMA over with our friends at St. Louis Hair Restoration.
I bet there's nobody that says, boy, I sure wish I hadn't done that.
Absolutely.
It's like, the people that get joints replaced and everything, they're worried about having it done. And then they go, I wish I'd done that 5 years earlier. I bet there's a lot of people that have the hair transplant and they go, I should have done that 10 years ago. I know that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, people get bad plastic surgeries. Yeah, I wish I'd have done this earlier in my life.
Well, this is not plastic surgery. This is much more scientific.
You ask the
based.
question, you think anybody gets something done and says, I wish I wouldn't have done that?
Well, yeah, not this.
No, not you. Not anybody does it because it's going to work.
Yeah.
Just look, you got to brush that hair out of your eyes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I've kind of found the stats. My father texted me something interesting, and I wanted to look it up about the Cardinals next year. This is from Redbird Rants. They're powered by Fansided, so I'm going to credit the author of this. It's not I didn't find these stats. Let's do a quick exercise just to illustrate how this major impact could have on the Cardinals' floor as a club in 2024. Gibson and Lynn combined for 65 starts last year, while Wainwright, Rahm, Liberatore, Hudson, and Woodford combined for just 60 starts. The expectation is that Lynn and Gibson will fill those 60 starts they got from 5 pitchers in 2023. Last year, the Cardinals went 71 and 91. If they won 64% of their starts that went 6 innings or more with 4 or fewer earned runs, that means they would have won 10 of the 16 starts they got from Wainwright, Rahm, Liberatore, Hudson, and Woodford combined. If you look at their new starters, Gibson allowed 4 or fewer runs in 18 of his 19 starts. That went 6 or more innings in 2023, while Lynn had 15 of those starts himself. So the Cardinals maintained that winning percentage. And those kinds of starts in 2024, they would have won 21 of 33 starts from Gibson and Lynn. That's an 11-game improvement from 2023.
That's too much math.
It's good math, though.
But that's what I say. So
Can't argue with it.
if the Cardinals are winning with quality starts, and if you're getting guys who can give you quality starts, even if they're giving up 4 runs in 6 innings, and you're winning games like that, you're getting that from 2 pitchers as opposed to getting it from 5 pitchers.
11 more wins won't do it, though.
No,
Won't cut it.
No,
That's
but
what
then
I'm
again,
saying,
but that's
81, yeah,
but that's
I know.
again operating under the assumption that like guys like Goldie and Arenado, more so Arenado, will have as bad a years as they did last year. I don't necessarily see that, and saying that like guys like Walker and Gorman especially, but Wynn as well, won't develop at all. Like I would just be surprised if all of the same problems that plagued them last year return. I could see some of them, certainly in the pitching
Something will
and
come up.
bullpen department, but offensively, I just would be surprised if they have as bad as a year. Like parts of May and June were just dreadful.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they'd leave Contreras alone and let him catch and hit every day, that'd be a good step. He was one of the best hitters in the league second half.
Yeah, he was outstanding.
He really was.
The thing is, though, he's just got like, can he catch every single day? He really hasn't ever in his career.
He can if they just let him. Not every single day, but
Right,
most
obviously.
days.
Like a major league starter's rotation.
Yeah, 120 maybe or so.
I would trust me. Like that would make the contract so much better if he could be a legitimate good catcher.
Who's the backup?
Herrera.
And he's killing it, by the way, in that Panama League or whatever. He's just absolutely destroying.
Herrera?
Yeah.
Is he?
He's batting third, and I think he has like 5 home runs in 4 games. He looks like a stud.
I'm not like saying
I have no idea anything else about him.
Right. Like I'm not over here saying like, oh, don't worry, the Cardinals will be like. Obviously, there's plenty of concern. There's no doubt, but the Central is weak, and I just think improvements from some parts of the offense and then a little bit better pitching could be the difference between, they're 20 games, 71, 91, but they're only 10 games away from being 500. So I don't know. I just don't see the same problems plaguing them entirely from last year. But hey, maybe I'm blind.
It won't be the same problems, but there'll be different problems. There always are.
Yeah, no doubt.
Someone will get hurt that you said, "Oh my God, how are we going to replace that?" A pitcher or two will go down. It happens every single year. Relievers will go down. It just happens. It does.
We have mid to late 30s-year-olds in our rotation, so more than likely going to happen to us. And then who do you have? That's why I don't like they're a reliable pitcher, but they're just so old. Cardinals deal with injured pitchers every offseason. Like every spring training, you're losing a guy.
Why do you hate pitch to contact?
Every time in June, you're losing a guy.
That's what they're doing with these high ERAs. They're pitching to contact. That used to be a good thing under Dunk.
Plowsy's line when we called him for QFTA about the Matt Carpenter signing was, I thought they were looking for. When I heard they were looking for strikeout stuff, I didn't know that, or
swing and miss,
swinging stuff. I didn't know that they were talking about the players in the field and not the pitchers. And it was just delivered way better than I just
Which
did
is
it.
accurate because the Matt Carpenter thing was weird.
That was your peak when we called you for QFTA and you delivered your little take on Mike Carpenter. You were George Carlin.
Yeah, kind of just peacock, walking around the living room.
No, you were in the. I think you were in the maybe the Mungan-ass waiting room, which is always a pleasurable experience right there. It's knickknacks galore.
I had three muffins and a drink.
I wonder if they wouldn't have been better off if they had traded Goldschmidt. Just get what you can.
I would have done that.
Give first base to Baker, who had a monstrous AAA season. Trade Contreras if you can. Let Herrera have it, who looks like he's going to be the real deal at catcher. Then, my word, you're shaving how many millions off the payroll to go out and get another quality pitcher or two?
I mean, it was clear that, maybe not clear, but it was rumored, and there was an article in the LA Times, and we had the author on Bloom Party, that, they were possibly going to trade Arenado. I think it's there, but as Tim has talked about on Bloom Party in this show a ton, it's so much of it is tied up in what's going on with the TV money, what can you do? You got to keep attendance up while also not spending like crazy, so you hamstring yourself in case the TV money is significantly less than what it has been. And so it's kind of like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place because you can't be complete sell mode and have a bad year again, and you also can't spend like crazy and hamstring yourself down the road. So it's a brutal spot to be in, but I'm sure they're not the only team dealing with it. Hell, there's only 4 or 5 teams spending crazy money.
I have an idea which I think could be a huge, I don't know if it'd be a moneymaker, but I think it'd be a popular item.
Turn the city of St. Louis into South Beach.
No, this is for the Cardinals.
That was yesterday.
You know when they did the Yachty, Pujols, Wainwright triple bobblehead?
Yeah.
You do that with Carpenter, Gibson, Lynn, but they're in Depends.
Oh, how about wheelchairs? Wouldn't that be a little classier? Walkers.
With the tennis balls on the bottom?
with a diaper on.
No, then it gets creepy.
I think it'd be a fun item.
Doesn't Baby New Year wear a little sash and a diaper?
I think so.
I'm pretty close right now.
I don't know about that, yeah.
I don't know that 30-something-year-old people wear a lot of diapers.
But
that's the case. What are you wearing?
It's a very young person.
I pee in my pants all the time.
Hot. You do?
No, I'm kidding.
You dribble. Sometimes everyone dribbles a little. Oh, you sit when you pee. You avoid that issue probably.
I mean, if I thought they worked, I'd put on a diaper and then never go to the bathroom. I was sitting here and pee.
Well, they do work.
You just get a catheter.
Yeah, if you got to really go to the bathroom and you got to pee, there's no way that's just soaking up. It's running somewhere.
No, there's a chemical in there that soaks it up.
Yeah,
you can pour this chemical. I've seen it. It's a magic trick. You can pour the chemical into a glass, fill the glass up with water, and act like you're going to throw it in someone's face, and nothing will come out.
Really?
It will all be absorbed by that chemical, and that's what's in diapers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, maybe I'll start wearing them. I don't have to leave to go to the bathroom.
You don't think they work? Why would people have used them?
I don't know. I don't know if you really had a long stream. That's holding a lot of pee.
If you're planning on sitting in piss for a considerable amount of time, you're going to get some sort of infection.
That's what astronauts wear. They have to wear
I thought they had a
diapers.
catheter.
Remember that? No, I don't think so. Remember that story about the woman who put on astronaut diapers so she could drive without stopping from Texas to Florida to go kill her ex?
Kill the guy, yeah.
That's absolutely premeditated. When you're bringing diaper into the party, you thought about that.
That's Exhibit A. That's Exhibit A.
Well, you can just pull off to the side and pee. You don't have to wear a diaper.
Yeah, how much time does that really say? You got to get gas.
I know. Well, she was obviously
hell bent. I would call that hell bent. Oh Lord,
I'm not stopping.
Well, we're going to stop the 8 o'clock hour because it's 9:07 a.m. On the other side of the break, we'll have, of course, the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. More fun with audio, and hey, we're still looking for phone calls 636-900-4 TMA. This is The Morning After, and it's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown and Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown and Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Rosalitas know that a fun happy hour and scenic patio go together like fresh guac and chips. So take advantage of their covered patio this fall and winter at their De Pere location and enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. Their sparkling margarita is made with Chambord raspberry liqueur and topped with a bottle of Rosé Prosecco. They also have a variety of delicious margarita flavors, including mango, pomegranate, and blood orange, all made with top-shelf tequila and Cointreau. With phenomenal service, great margaritas, and a breathtaking atmosphere, there's always a reason to come to Rosalitas.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. Yeah, this is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net.
Yeah, that plowboy's an interesting dude, but he loves animals, and he wants to help adoptable dogs find homes. With TMA listeners, catch Plowsy live on the TMA socials each week, highlighting a dog up for adoption from Open Door Animal Sanctuary in House Springs, St. Charles County Pet Adoption Center, and All Paws Safe Haven. Plowsy's Pup of the Week, brought to you by Chow Chow on the Hill. Everything you need to keep your pet's tail wagging. Find out more at TMASTL.com.
TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially. Saving for retirement and college while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a strategy to do your finances right. It's a straightforward approach that starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer. Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and is not owned or operated by Equitable Advisors or Equitable Network.
Stevie Nicks. One special night, May 7th, Enterprise Center. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Don't miss Stevie Nicks, live at Enterprise Center.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
Chow Chow on the Hill is your one-stop shop for all your pet supplies. As soon as you walk through their doors, you and your pet are considered family and treated with superior service and personalized attention. Jessica is the owner and is a certified pet nutritionist and is passionate about educating her clients on the product that will keep your pets happy and healthy. My favorite part about Chow Chow is its connection with All Paws Safe Haven, an organization that helps shelter animals find forever homes. To learn more about Chow Chow, visit CIAOCHOWSTL.com or stop by and tell them Plowsy sent you.
Do you love Stevie Nicks?
When I interviewed Stevie Nicks back in '94, I think.
Like the way Iggy loves Stevie Nicks?
And I asked her about writing songs.
Do you think and talk about her incessantly?
A lot of your songs, I'll listen to them, and I'll say, I want to pretend that you're singing that to me.
And you want to see her for free? Stevie Nicks, live in concert, May 7th at Enterprise Center.
When I interviewed Stevie Nicks.
Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m., but you could get them for free. The only catch is you got to sit with Iggy. I mean, you get to sit with Iggy. Enter code word Iggy on your TMA app for a chance to win. Find out more at tmastl.com. Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to tmastl.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you or fake you or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Come back
now.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After
On KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Thank you, Plowsy.
Dog.
Lightning, you gotta go. You gotta glow, glow, little glowworm, glow.
This is
delightful.
This is great. Glow, little glowworm, glow. Glow, little glowworm, glow. Welcome back.
If you don't like that song, you're just evil.
Yeah, that's good. That's good music is what that is.
Yeah, it is.
That's good. We need to have like a TMA prom where we can have a little dance and songs like that can get played. We can do the Lindy Hop.
Girls can wear poodle skirts.
Yeah. Maybe a Sadie Hawkins where the girls pick us. Or the men. Either way.
Yeah. I think we could have a sock hop.
Sock hop. Yeah, a little box social. Why not? Who says no? I'd be in.
Yeah, I would too.
That'd be fun.
Find a VFW hall somewhere.
Sure.
A little sock hop.
Sure. A little Legion Hall maybe.
Right.
Go to the east side.
I like it.
Fun. Yeah. I think it'd be cool to get the listeners out there. Everyone can bring a date, you know?
Well, that's going to be hard to do.
Well, yeah, but...
There'll be a long stag line.
That's fine. People can meet their future lovers there.
Well...
Or their lovers for the night.
Assuming there'd be any girls there.
Right. Well, there might be 6 or 7.
It could be. All right.
I think it could be a good idea. Now we could
sounds
play
like
more
a
songs
go.
like that. Between that, going private with the listeners, and Fusion, I mean, I think we'll be living in Malibu come 2027.
Fusion's probably the real key to it all.
The problem is, fusing.
If we could just get in on the ground floor.
Now, why fusion over fission? Seems like fission is the wave. Or is fusion the new...
fusion is the opposite of fission,
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, fission would be splitting the atom. Fusion would be
putting it
reconnecting
together.
them.
Yeah. It just supposedly creates massive amounts of energy without fouling the atmosphere at all.
Yeah, I mean, nuclear energy is the safest form. Yeah.
Until it blows up.
That's the one
That's
problem.
the rub.
That's the rub. That's the rub of the green. That's the rub. I like it. Therein lies the rub. KG, we tell that's this segment. Therein lies the rub.
You got it.
Thanks, brother, man. How you doing back there? Chilly in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
frigid.
It's cold.
Yeah. So my little studio kind of controls the base temperature of this one, so we got to keep it a little chillier in there so it doesn't get all hot and stuffy in here.
Really?
And so it cools down my studio. Now the Segment C6 studios. Having trouble with English today, Doug. And so it gets a little chilly in there. Plus, it's about a 10-foot by 10-foot sized phone booth. And so it can get, if once that AC kicks on, have you heard the noise, KG, when the AC kicks on?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's. I hear it like starting to rile up, and it just scares me because I know it's about to get chilly in there.
These nips are at attention.
I like working in I like Iggy's house. Like, give me 72. That's my working
pretty warm.
environment. That's what I like to work in.
Hey, what was that title you wanted?
Therein lies the rub. Good stuff.
Okay.
I miss the typing.
Where we decide we like nuclear energy, we're just afraid of a 3 Mile Island incident.
Sure. Yeah, but if we can profit off of nuclear energy, I think we're gonna, we shouldn't miss out.
Yeah.
We shouldn't miss the boat.
There's a Wishbone Ash album named "There's the Rub."
There's the rub.
I don't know what it means though, because he's got some kind of like it's just a picture of a guy in yellow pants from the neck down with a shirt on, and he's holding like something red.
He's got pants on from the neck down.
And he's rubbing it. He's rubbing it by his crotch. There's the Rub is the name of the album. But I don't think that's what the rub means, like rubbing yourself.
I thought that was like rub of the green. That's the luck. That's the luck you were handed.
Right.
Jackson, you should just sponsor the Vianney father-son dance. That's from Iggy's agent. That's a good start, but we're trying to get our own thing going here. Yeah, we don't want to just limit it to the fine folks over at St. John Vianney.
Right.
I've never had an agent.
Never? I thought you said something.
Hard to believe that the agents didn't come after you.
No way that's possible.
Why would I need
Kind of talent.
That's what I heard.
I probably could have got some commercials.
Sure, you could have gotten anything you want. Major motion pictures. Yeah. Music deal.
I never needed one. Somebody, you want to work here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be like your
How
second
much?
book.
I don't care.
You want an agent to take 10% of what you make now? You
Maybe
couldn't even
whatever.
afford the Section 8 housing.
I'm telling you, you write that book, you'll get an agent. Film rights, TV rights, you'll be selling that.
I would need one then, yeah.
And then your second book could be called Missed Opportunities.
I don't know if I need an agent. I just need a lawyer.
But usually agents come from the law field.
Yeah, because I would need somebody to read the contract for me.
You can't read? You can read,
but
right?
I wouldn't understand most of it.
Yeah, if you couldn't understand
Section A
the
is proper
ancestry
to Section
thing.
B, and Section C is equivalent to Section D, and Section A is all part of F. I can't read all that.
Well, in that case, if you're talking about book deals and stuff like that, that would be important to have a lawyer. Maybe your, tax form could be.
Well, if it ever happened, I get one for that. But I've never needed one. I get fired from one job, another station calls me. You interested?
sweet,
Yeah.
yeah.
When can I start? Do you want to know how much money? Just pay me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Someone says, I want to give Iggy a rub and tug. That's Dirty Chewbacca, who seems like a big fan of you. He also said, can I get Listener of the Month? I want to bang Iggy and beat the heck out of licks. You can sign up for the Listener of the Month. It's really easy. TMASTL.com. Takes about 2 minutes. We won't use your real name. You'll have to give your real name, but you don't have to. We won't use it, so you can always stay anonymous.
I won't bang you, but you can sign up for Stevie Nicks tickets, and when you can sit next to me.
Use code Iggy on the TMA app, May 7th at Enterprise Center, Stevie Nicks in our great city, and you can watch that, of course, with Ken Strode. You can also email in for the Designer Heating and Cooling email a day at the morning after inside STL.
I'm sure there'll be good. I'm sure there'll be good seats too. They're not going to put us up in the rafters. Hubbard never does. I was just talking to John Kioski outside, and I guess my sister-in-law called John because she asked me for Eagles tickets.
Oh no!
So she called the
didn't
market
call,
manager?
She didn't call him to ask for tickets, did she?
She knows
the head
John.
honcho?
She knows John.
Okay.
So she did call him to ask for tickets.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until I just walked in here because he said Michelle, and it dawned on me that my sister-in-law Michelle asked me for tickets too, and John knows Michelle. She goes, I felt bad I couldn't get him for her. I said, don't feel bad. She asked me too. I didn't say that because I didn't know he was talking about Michelle at the time. I said, you shouldn't feel bad. I said, I've been here almost 2 years, over 2 years, and this is only the second concert I've signed up for where I didn't get tickets. I've gotten tickets for every other one.
The Eagles are probably one that's a.
Oh my God! You got to take care of the listeners too. We gave away a ton of tickets, and then clients and things like that. Look for tickets if you have them. And there are like 30 staff that signed up for Eagles tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. It's not bad. I'm only not going to 2 concerts that I signed up for.
Ooh, now I feel the cool air coming. You feel that? Ooh.
But you can go to Stevie Nicks with me if you want. Just go to the TMA app, type in Iggy as the keyword, and you could be going and sitting next to me to watch Stevie, and she can still sing. She's not one of these 75-year-olds who puts the microphone in the crowd. She can still sing.
Help me. I forgot my own lyrics.
No,
75-year-old pop stars are what's popular now.
Well, she looks like she's about 50. She still looks good. And she can
Aren't
sing.
the pop stars supposed to be 25 instead of 75?
Well, I didn't say she was a pop star.
Well, she's definitely a pop star.
Well, not anymore.
Oh, I'd say she is. Say once you are forever.
Well, she's a legend. She can still sing. She's very good.
But she's not like some of these other 75-year-old people in the rest home who can't sing like they used to.
Well, I mean, I was going to go see Bon Jovi, and I saw all the reviews, and I saw some YouTube posts of his concert. I said, I'm not going to this. The guy can't even sing anymore.
Yeah, he's got the breathing tube.
No, he's not that, but he forgets the words, and he can't sing, and he put the microphone in the audience about 100 times during his concert.
I heard Kenny Chesney say during an interview that his biggest fear is forgetting the words on all the songs. And when he forgets the words, that's when he holds the mic out.
It's a good play.
Yeah, I could see, even though you wrote the songs, you get to a certain period in time, and you have like 30 songs. I don't know, like The Cure, the concert was like 3 hours long, 30 songs.
Yeah.
Even though you wrote them, I mean, you would think you would forget the words at some point.
Well, they're only human. They make mistakes.
Yeah, the longer you make music, the more songs you put out, the more likely you are to forget a song you made 30 years ago.
And don't some of them every now and then have something on the floor that's got the words for them, like a teleprompter on the floor?
Oh.
Mostly the crooners.
Yeah.
Like I think as he got up in age, Tony Bennett had the words somewhere, and Frank Sinatra had words written down for him or something. He still forgot them.
Boy, him and Kenny Chesney, I'm talking about, and Renee Zellweger were only married for 4 months.
Well, didn't work out for the kids.
It's tough. That is tough. Text on in. Jeff Lottman, text inbox 314-881-TMA5. We'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming up in about 20 minutes. Today, 101 ESPN. Obviously, Tim and I will not be on because Tim is on vacation. Josh Ennis and Marshy Marsh and the Playful Posse will be covering that 1 hour on 101 ESPN. No QFTA either until Tim returns on Monday, February 19th. Doug, on Tuesday night, did you see Kelvin Sampson, head coach of Houston, get all fired up?
Didn't.
I'll show you kind of a brief little video.
Okay.
And for the listeners who can't see my computer screen, which would be all of them, Kelvin Sampson was on the floor, irate at a call the other night, really fired up, screaming at the officials. He had to be held back by his entire team. Someone in the post-game press conference asked him about it and the officiating, and here was his response.
I'd like to hear it. Hit the lever button.
What would you like to know? What exactly happened there, and just your thoughts on? I have no thoughts. So if I say something, answer your question, they fine me $25,000. What part of $25,000 are you willing to pay? So don't ask me silly questions, because it's a $25,000 fine if I tell the truth. So I can't. So don't ask me.
He did not. Kelvin did not.
It's not a silly question.
No, it's not.
He was wrong.
What happened in the game.
He was dead wrong.
Couldn't agree more, Doug.
The only question you ask in a regular season basketball game when you get kicked out up 20.
I mean, he's literally on the floor, like having to be held back. And yes, they were playing Oklahoma State, and the score at the time was 49-29 with 15 minutes to go.
And guess what? You're getting fined regardless of what you say. He's getting fined for that. I mean, you just can't show up the refs on court. And they're up 20, I think, at the time when I saw the score.
All he had to say was, they made the call that I disagreed with, and I argued too much and got thrown out. I probably shouldn't have done it.
But it's a silly comment. You were up 20 and got kicked out and acted like a 5-year-old on a national television. I'm the silly one?
That was a Bobby Knight-style tantrum.
Yeah, like, I don't like when coaches are like the Nick Saban thing to where they're smart, you're dumb, and I'm gonna control this entire conversation, this entire narrative. This is me time. Don't do your job. Let me tell you everything you need to know.
And he answered the question without answering the question and getting fined, but he didn't need to say, what a silly question. But he could have said, I really can't answer your question, so I give you the honest
100%.
answer, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
That's telling you what he feels about that call.
Right. But they expect their players to maintain their emotion and behave like adults, but the coaches don't have to.
Right. The losing your composure thing on the floor, but Bobby Knight was obviously famous for that, and that's one thing. Obviously not something you want, but it's one thing. But when you get asked about the obvious story in the game, in a regular season college basketball game, and you say, don't ask a silly question because you're worried about getting fined, like, that's not, why would the reporter need to pay part of your fine because he asked? You can ask the question and then just not answer and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to get fined if I give you the truth. truth. I apologize. I know it's a big story, but I'm not going to talk about it.
You put on a childish show like that, and you expect no one to notice?
Right. Like that. When I saw that, I was like, "That's just crazy, man." Because it's almost like you have no remorse for that. And I love passion's part of the game, but you can't do that.
Not that kind of passion.
No, agreed. And then to jump. Probably it sounded like a younger reporter. Probably, as we all know, student reporters usually are the ones asking questions at those press conferences, and then to jump their ass like that.
Did he get thrown out of the game?
Yes, he was ejected.
From that reporter, I'm like, you have been fined by the NCAA for several violations. Tell us about Eric Gordon's cell phone.
Oh, wow, look at this.
There you go.
Past
Come right
memories.
back at him.
I hate Kelvin Sampson.
Is that from Indiana?
Yep. Yeah, basically, Eric Gordon was basically on campus and go, oh, you want to be a Hoosier? Here's under-the-table cash. Here's a secret cell phone so we can contact you.
Yeah.
Kelvin Sampson is a scumbag, and he is
Where are
above,
the mittens?
he's above the
Where
law.
are the mittens, Doug?
Boy, thank you, EDF. You might save me from another
Guys
scalding.
like that fall ass backwards and get 15 chances, man. So he shouldn't be coaching ever, but he is.
Wow, look at these takes.
I'm just saying, Kelvin Sampson,
Bob.
call it like you see it. He's been these aren't accusations. These are...
Once you prove you can win, they'll keep hiring you somewhere.
100%.
He played for Houston, didn't he?
Kelvin Sampson, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Did he? I didn't know what the connection
Would
was.
have been a
Houston's
long
a
time
hell of a
ago.
team, though.
You're thinking of Ralph Sampson.
No, I'm thinking of Kelvin Sampson, too.
He coached Oklahoma and Indiana, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Those are
don't
the only two I remember.
believe he ever played, actually. I don't think he played. Nope. He got his master's from Michigan State.
Okay.
Ralph Sampson played at Virginia, right?
Ralph Sampson?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
That's why I didn't ask, was it Ralph
Oh.
Sampson?
No, you wouldn't have come
He
up
took
with
him to a
Virginia.
Final Four, I believe.
Yeah. Ralph Sampson was the best player in college for a couple of years there.
He went to Virginia in years 1979 to 1983. So right after, I guess, Bird Magic would have been 79 championship.
He was the next big thing.
Did they go to the Final Four?
Virginia did.
I thought he took him to a Final Four.
He was the first overall pick in the 1983 draft. Do you know who the first pick in the 1984 draft was?
Initials, please.
I believe H.O.
H.O.
Olajuwon, baby.
Harry Ottoman?
Kim Olajuwon.
Harry Ottoman? Oh, it wasn't.
He played for Houston.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Now we've come full circle.
Okay, now
I knew you were going to ask that question.
Nailed
That's
it.
what I was thinking of.
Nailed it.
Hakeem Olajuwon, of course.
Okay.
He was the three-time National College Player of the Year. Jeez.
Elijah was?
No, Ralph Sampson.
Yeah, he was a great college player.
I don't believe he took. I don't think they won anything. Sorry, this is bad radio on my part.
No. Well, it's a while.
NIT
ago now.
title in 1980 and the Final Four appearance in 81. So good job, Biggs.
There we go.
And of course, the NIT is going to be St. Louis's biggest claim to fame.
I remember one of the biggest upsets in college basketball was when he took Virginia down to Hawaii and they lost to Chaminade and some.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's why Chaminade is there every year, I think.
They
for
host,
Maui
they host the
Invitational,
tournament. Yeah.
Which I think is cool. I like the Maui invitation.
Yeah, usually Bill Walton gets on the call for that, and I know he's polarizing. I'm a huge Bill Walton
Yeah, I
fan
like him
on that.
too.
I think it's hilarious.
He makes
I think
broadcast interesting.
him and Dave Pasch are like a wonderful combo because Pasch like puts up with his nonsense, and it's great. I really like it.
Yeah, you need some of that, especially those beginning season tournaments. Like, I understand if he's not calling NCAA tournament games, you get that.
Totally,
but
that's
these Maui
different.
Invitational, these things are perfect.
Yeah, and he does the Pac-12. I don't know what the future for him is.
He's
since the
very Pac-12 biased, though. I do
Conference
not
of
like that.
Champions.
I remember, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, he had like 10 Pac-12 teams in the tournament. It was like an insane amount. Like, he loves himself some Pac-12.
Well, it doesn't exist anymore does
Well,
it,
it does
after
not.
this year.
It does not. I wonder how he's taken that, because weren't there 4 teams in the Pac-12 next year?
Two.
If
I
there
think
really
it's
just 2?
Oregon State and Washington State.
I don't think they even
Pretty
have
sure.
a conference.
No.
You got to go independent, or you got to find...
I think Mountain West might be where Oregon State and
Oh,
Washington
God,
State
what
are
a
going.
fall.
And the
I don't know.
Arizonas.
I'm not positive.
Where'd the Arizonas wind up? Big 12?
Arizona's, I believe, are both Big 12. Obviously, USC and UCLA are going Big 10 playoffs, so you can look
Stanford?
forward to your Illini
I can't
taking
wait for
on
the Big
the
10.
Bruins. Pauley Pavilion.
I'm going to have to do some like research and study these before the season
18
begins.
teams. 18 teams.
Where did Stanford and Cal wind up?
Big East. No.
Well, yeah.
Big 12, I think. I think Big 12.
Big 12 also. So
It's
the Big
hard to-
12 got a whole
Was
lot
it
better.
Stanford? I thought they were doing the ACC. It was something insane. I know Stanford traveling to the East Coast a bunch.
Okay.
They seem more like a Big 10 type
Can you
school.
imagine playing
both
West-
those colleges.
Yeah,
Are you
West
talking
Virginia.
football or basketball?
Well, both.
Well,
Both,
football next year? No, next year those two are playing in some
I think Mountain West.
Mountain West conference, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Stanford and Cal, that's all they could do is Mountain West?
No. That's for Washington State, Oregon State.
Oh.
I'm
Well,
trying
where
to
did
find
Stanford and Cal
out. I'm
wind up?
trying to find out.
I think it's the Big 12. They were talking about the travel to like West Virginia. Imagine that,
Yeah.
Palo Alto to West Virginia to play a
Long
one
trip,
game.
man. Okay. USC and UCLA, of course, are going to the Big 10.
Yeah.
The Big 12 will feature Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and Arizona State. Stanford and Cal is when you asked, and that's this article's old.
Where are they going?
Damn it.
They don't know.
This is good.
They
This is
didn't
good
pick a
stuff right
conference
here.
yet.
This is good stuff right here. The fact that we can't find
Gosh, I just wish
Yeah,
we could
okay,
know
here it
where
is.
they're-
They joined the ACC.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
the
they are in
Oceans
the-
Conference.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
mean-
Thank you, Plowek. I'm sure people are going to light our ass up with the text. inbox.
The
Jeff Lotman, thank you.
ACC, Palo Alto.
So stupid.
We already have USC flying from LA to Rutgers.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Rutgers and then Maryland.
Oh, Piscataway to Piscataway to where would that be? To LA? That's a short
We
trip.
talked about this. It won't matter for the football team. They travel twice a month.
Right.
Instead of a hour and a half, 2 hour flight, it'll be a 3.5 hour flight. It's not going to affect them that much. It's those other teams like basketball or volleyball or baseball where you got to play multiple games all the time. I'm guessing they would schedule those teams to fly together, maybe.
Ideally, yeah.
Maybe you put the volleyball team and the basketball team and the wrestling team all on the same plane, and you
point,
hit
is
a
the
couple
money worth
colleges
it?
close.
mean,
I guess the football money must be, or they wouldn't do it.
Imagine how difficult the scheduling will be, needing to have multiple teams on one plane or one flight. Like that is absolutely insane.
It was just so perfect when it was all geographical and tidy and neat, wasn't it?
Yeah, rivalries. Yeah, Stanford, the ACC is. I'm actually still blown away by that.
I have a feeling
concept.
that these mega conferences won't last as long, and there'll eventually be some sort of unification of all these Power 5 schools into some collective league where you could play more geographical.
Well, it's down to Power 4 now.
Yeah,
I don't
Power
even
4.
want
you're right.
conferences. I just want all independent for football, and you create your own 10-game schedule.
That'd be pretty cool.
Then you play a 12-team playoff.
Now, I
Gives
don't
you about
think-
the same games, about 14 games if you win it, I think.
I'd be curious where Greg
There we go.
Sankey is on that, where the
They can all
SEC
go-
generates.
They can all go suck it.
I'm glad I had the mittens on for that.
They need to do something a little bit. I get the SEC. To me, the Big Ten may have just passed the SEC. I realize Texas and Oklahoma, but
In terms of what, like football prowess?
yeah.
Ooh,
top heavy. They're definitely
I
top.
think they're both.
Although the
Boy,
SEC
that Iowa
is too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's year to year. Again, it's always cyclical with college
Yeah.
sports. But Alabama and Georgia are pretty big mainstays.
Yeah,
Don't you think at some point
So are
the,
Michigan, Ohio State.
the SEC is going to tell Vanderbilt, "See ya, you're out,"
Their money's green too.
and try to get Notre Dame or Clemson or
they raise
North
that
Carolina.
conference GPA a ton.
They could care less about the GPA.
I'm with Doug on that.
Could care less.
Baseball wise, Vanderbilt is
that
more of a
doesn't
power,
make
but that's
much money
that's
for anybody.
small peanuts compared to what
Yeah.
they got football wise and football or
Basketball's no good either.
Well, if you just kick a team out because they suck, Mizzou wouldn't be in there anymore until the last few years.
They could be at risk.
After
Yeah.
Pinkel left, they might have been out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't put anything past these people, would you?
Oh, no.
They'll do anything for
if it's going to make
for
them-
another
yeah,
dollar.
if it's going to profit them, but I don't think it would profit them to kick teams out. I think it profits to bring them in.
I don't know. I mean, if you could have Texas instead of Vanderbilt, you don't think you'd profit from that?
No, but they have Texas and Vanderbilt.
I know they got them now, but I'm wondering who's next. I can't think this is the end of it all. It'll never change now.
I would imagine some sort of unification or some kind of all power for now teams in the same kind of division will happen before teams would get kicked out. I think that would,
I don't
if we're
know.
looking at timelines.
If you're the SEC, wouldn't you rather have Florida State than Vanderbilt?
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure Florida State this year would have loved a little change of
Yeah.
scenery so that they couldn't.
And Vanderbilt might say, "Yeah, we'll go to the Big Ten. That'd be better for
Here's
us."
Stanford's schedule, by the way. So
football.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the back-to-back. This is a great one. So like Friday, September 20th, Saturday, September 28th. So this is back-to-back weeks.
Mhm.
They're flying from Palo Alto because they play at home the week before to Syracuse, and then they fly back. And a week later, they're going all the way to North Carolina.
Yeah, those are
And that's
coast to
back-to-back
coast. Is
week.
that 5 hours?
Ooh, I'll take the over.
I'll take
I'll
over
go
on that.
6 or 7.
You think?
LA,
I don't think
well,
so.
like LA to like if you're playing Rutgers in New Jersey, I bet
6,
that's
probably.
6, maybe even like 6 and change.
It is. It'll be a charter, so they're not sitting around an airport waiting somewhere. The food will be coming plenty. I'm sure it's a big plane.
Yeah, football wise, like you travel once a week at most. And that's not including
every other
home
week.
games.
Once
Yeah.
every other week.
Yeah, that's not the problem. It's basketball, volleyball.
Most
swimming,
players don't care. They're young. They get to travel. They probably enjoy being on a plane and being pampered. They don't care.
The college athlete schedule is crazy, man. They're so damn busy. Like I know, like people are like up at like some people, I should say, are like about them getting paid, but they work just as much as any pro athlete on top of being. And I know people have their opinions on them being called student athletes, but they do have schoolwork to do as well. And so
that gymnast is probably traveling on our private jet when she goes places.
Livy Dunn,
yeah,
she's got big money.
Didn't she sell the place out in Columbia when they were at Mizzou?
Yeah,
Mizzou got a good gymnastic program.
I know the gymnastics coach, wonderful gentleman.
We do too.
The Mizzou one? Or
Yeah.
the Illinois one?
Who
Yeah,
is
he's a
it?
really good
Mizzou,
dude.
Yeah,
really good
he's
dude.
a family friend of the Feltzes.
Nice. I used to, so when I would coach basketball up in Columbia, rec league, his child was one of my players, and he was really, really cool to me.
Can you guys do a backflip?
Absolutely not. I was not allowed on
A
trampolines
flip
as
off
a
the
kid.
diving board? Can you-
I'm afraid of trampolines, honestly.
Those seem just like one of the worst ideas to have in your backyard.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, trampoline? It's
Yeah,
a death
broken
trap.
necks
Like,
just waiting to happen.
Especially the ones with no nets around, just a raw trampoline.
The old ones had like the open metal like springs. I haven't seen the newer ones. I don't know, but just no covers over them.
Oh,
just
yeah.
one failed. There goes a toe.
I could do a backflip when I was on the diving team, but I couldn't do it like just standing here.
Right. Well, because if you mess up with like a diving, you're just falling into water. You'll be all right.
Well, you can still, if you miss it, you can break your neck.
Oh, you don't break your neck diving into a pool.
If you don't get all the way over and you land on your head, you can break a neck.
No.
Unless if you're doing like a 50 meter or something maybe, but not like a
Well, I never
standard
miss.
diving board.
I never miss.
No, you never miss. You are
Doug,
probably the greatest since Greg Louganis.
I like the pencil dive. I like to see just.
But then when we would go just during the week and just, we weren't diving, it wasn't a competition, we'd always play on the diving board. And my signature move, they always wanted me to do it. I'd do the backflip into a can opener and make a big splash.
The Tales of Commander McBride.
I've heard that one a little bit. I like that.
Hey, give us a can opener. Okay, I just backflip, hold it a little bit, then when I go in the water, can opener.
Perfect dive, I'm sure.
Can opener.
How they kept you out of the Olympics, I frankly do not know.
It's a real shame is what it is.
Well, I stopped diving after a while. It was no fun anymore.
Yeah. I guess if you perfect yet another sport, you just move on to something else.
I used to have a job down by Brentwood Swim Club. There was an industrial court. And I had a job in the summers where I'd have to clean the offices. It was funny. I'd say, I forgot I got to clean the offices. I'd just go down there in my swim trunks. I have no shoes on, no shirt. I'd be cleaning the offices basically in my swim trunks.
Why would you do that?
Because I had to hurry up and get it done, and we had to go to the Admiral.
Well, you would have had time to change your clothes.
I didn't have time to change it.
Yes, you did.
I just ran down there on my bike and cleaned some offices. I'd lift up a rug and sweep the dirt under there. And
was that before you went to the Admiral, paid to get on, and they put you in the brig or whatever? They put you in jail?
A lot of times. Sometimes I didn't even get on yet.
You would always have time just to put on a pair of pants and a T-shirt. Always.
I didn't have a pair of pants.
You had pants.
I put on some flip-flops back then. Well, we didn't call them flip-flops back then.
Thongs?
Thongs. Yeah. Just put my thongs on, run down there and clean some offices, and
then put some pants on and a shirt.
Drive home, and I don't even think I had a shirt.
You weren't that poor. You had a shirt.
No, I think back then. It's summertime. You're going to the pool. You just put on your swim trunks and your thongs, and you get on your bike and drive. You're not going to have a shirt on at the pool.
You're talking about a bike or a car and drive?
Bike.
You don't drive a bike. You ride a bike.
I rode a bike. I didn't have a car until later on. That's why I never got to drive to the Admiral. Somebody else had to drive. But I'd drive my bike down there and I'd clean and it didn't last long.
Gosh.
It came one time I caught me.
No, I can't imagine that they
no shirt on.
Kept you on the payroll very long if you're sweeping the stuff under the rug and then leaving, mostly naked.
How many times you see in the summertime back in the day, you see kids riding around the street with no shirt on?
Yeah, but not going to a job.
Well, I forgot I had to do it.
You forgot you had the job as you're riding a bike to the job.
No, I didn't think about it when I left that day to go to the pool. I got to clean offices. I better wear a shirt. No, I remember I had to clean the office. I didn't wear a shirt. So what? I just did it with topless.
Did it with topless.
Did it topless.
I would describe that as hot. Is this the cleaning story, the one where Iggy was topless? That's from Big Tuft.
Oh, you just listened to it. So yeah, that's the story.
Here we go with the office cleaning story again. That's from the Veiled Prophet. Nobody ever asked you to do a can opener. Stop lying. It's from Harrison's brother Master.
A lot of people did. And it was me. It was Gene Chard.
Oh, Chardsy.
Oh, Chard.
And I can't think of who the other one. We all three did it.
Bickle, probably.
Did you do a cannonball too? Did you have that?
There or was that later?
That was Gil Volvo.
I would do the cannonball. I think Gene Shards was a preacher.
Oh yeah,
of course.
And I forgot what the other guy did. He did a
frog splash.
I don't remember. He just.
Your life seems like it's ripped right out of like Mad Magazine. Like there's a little snapshot of all these Gene Shard, the priest. Who the hell are these people?
No, the preacher was a diving move.
It was a dive.
Where you held your hand
I thought
over
Gene
your
Shard
face.
was a preacher. Okay.
You held your hand over your face and you put your legs out like you were.
And you put your legs together and your butt would make a big splash when it hit the water and the cannonball.
Preacher. Yeah.
Yeah, but I forgot who the third guy was. All three of us did it almost every day.
Probably
Gene Shard was on the diving
Probably
team.
Lipsitz.
No, he wasn't
my
part of our
guess.
club. We were exclusive.
Yeah, sounds like a ritzy club.
Big Tough says, probably time to consider changing my text name to Gene Shard.
He's the pool manager at St. Albans.
Is he really?
I mean, that's what I'm finding.
I don't believe so. He would probably be almost 70 now. He was older than me.
Well, he's falling on hard times.
Dennis Shard's the one that kicked me out of his car when I got kicked in the face at McDonald's that night.
That night.
Because you were bleeding.
I was bleeding all over the place, and he kicked me out of a car and put me on the grass in front of my house. Didn't even go up and knock on the door for my mom.
Somebody else took your measure.
He was upset because there was blood on his white upholstery.
It's hard to get over that. Hard to forgive him.
Oh, we used to get drunk at like 16 years old. We'd go to his house and parents would be out of town. We'd just sit in his house and drink, get drunk, and just kind of fall over laughing.
Okay.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah. Well, I bet his parents weren't very
And then
happy.
Gene would come home and be pissed off that we were drinking. You drinking Mom and Dad's booze? Leave us alone.
So you were closer to Dennis Shard, the pool guy at St. Albans.
Yeah, Dennis is my good friend. Gene,
Gene is the pool guy.
I doubt it. He's 70 years old. I doubt he's cleaning pools.
There's like a conversation going on inside the YouTube chat, Doug. It's like a little community bulletin.
Tim still in there?
Almost. No, Tim landed. God bless. Hope he enjoys his vacation. But yeah, he was hosting like a little QFTA in there. But Eric Nickens, Doug, and Sean was talking about bus rides to Florida, and it culminates with we watched every Mark Wahlberg movie ever made in the entire series of Entourage multiple times.
How long was this bus ride?
It seems like it was 15 hours. So I guess there's a little conversation going on. KG, you know anything about this?
Yeah, I actually know these fellas. I used to coach them.
You coached them?
Yeah.
Wow, look at this.
Local university. They were a couple of solid baseball players.
Were they?
Yep.
God, who would go on a bus ride for 15 hours?
Probably not by choice.
If you can't afford the plane flight or don't have a car.
Maybe drive.
Maybe they don't have a car.
Maybe hitchhike.
Nobody hitchhikes now.
Would you ever pick up a hitchhiker nowadays? No way.
I did back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day I did.
People were really picking people up?
Yeah, it wasn't a big thing at all. I hitchhiked myself and picked up others.
Yeah, you never had a problem getting a ride if you hitchhiked back in the day.
Back then, people didn't cut each other's heads off for no reason. Didn't shoot you in the brain for nothing.
It was usually a woman I'd pick up.
So Ted Bundy?
Yeah,
He
there was.
existed?
It wasn't unusual to see really attractive women hitchhiking on the side of the road.
Really?
Or I say women, girls.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, I always picked up most people, and I usually had no problem getting a ride.
Mostly women, though, if ever.
Yeah.
Now, if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you see somebody may really be in a spot there where their car may have broken down or something,
Well, didn't that happen
then
to you?
I would.
And
yeah,
you
that
said you
happened.
were driving up to Rochester?
That was in Iowa. Yeah.
God, that story always scares me. Because what would have happened if those people didn't pick you up?
I'd be dead. The crows would have eaten my eyeballs.
Your career would have ended early.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have never got to Miami. You would have never got 40 years of exposure.
People were nicer back then than they are today. They just were.
We picked up a girl going to Florida one year, going to spring break. She had like a backpack on, and I picked her up. So where are you going? Florida? Going with us. She serviced everybody in that car.
Oh, she did not. That was absolutely made up. She
No,
did not.
It wasn't made up.
It was made up.
We took her all the way to Florida. She was going to spring break, and hitchhiked, and all had fun with her.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Then I hung out with her a little bit when we got down there.
Gene Chard in the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame.
I wouldn't think so.
Would it surprise you?
Is there a chart in there?
Maybe
Yeah, Gene
surprise me.
Chard Jr. for Lafayette High School swimming and diving.
Oh, it's got to be him.
It wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past him at all.
So you're on board with his induction?
How old is he? Does it say?
It does not.
If it's the right age, I can see it. I mean, that's the kind of people they put in, swimming and diving.
Well, now
Jennings.
don't poo-poo his
He
Hall
coached.
of Fame
He coached
induction.
9 of the state championship teams.
Oh, wow, look at that.
I know he was a coach. I know he was a coach. And I don't think he went to Brentwood now that I think about it. Dennis did. I don't even think Dennis went to Brentwood, to be honest with
Well,
you.
they probably went to.
falling apart.
Yeah, you're arguing with yourself.
Probably went to Catholic.
No, we were
school.
friends, but I don't think he went to Brentwood.
Where'd he go?
Maybe SLU or something like that.
Yeah.
You high.
You're a little smarter than the kids at Brentwood.
Yeah, he lived in Glendale. As you make that turn on Barry to go to like Algonquin, you get to that first stop sign, and his house is right there on the corner. Had a nice little stream going through.
We're just doxing. We're just doxing.
Nice
people.
little creek going through there.
Wasn't that Webster? Maybe he went to Webster.
No, I thought it was.
I don't know if that
Glendale.
would be Webster.
Well, it's Glendale, but I think that area is
Webster
probably the
School
Webster
District.
School District.
You're probably right. Maybe.
I don't think he went to
That'd be
Webster.
Kirkwood.
Wouldn't be Kirkwood
Yeah, you
in
probably have to go a
Algonquin.
little further.
You're like a street or two beyond the
You
Kirkwood
have to
border.
go a little further
I think
west.
you're into Webster.
Yeah.
Right by Mary Queen of Peace.
You know, I lived in the Webster district. I went to kindergarten in Webster.
Did you really?
Yeah, before moving to Olivet. Then went to Ladue, first grade through 12.
Moved right on up, didn't you?
Yeah, moving on up. You can move on up yourself, make that little move yourself when you start working with Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. I work with him. Doug worked with him. Joe works with him. Iggy has done some work with him. And a number of our listeners have worked with him. They all say the same thing. You really can notice the difference when you're working with someone like Mark Hanna. It's so important, like extremely important to have someone in your corner to help you with your financial future. Just planning it out, giving you some good strategies, talking it over with you, just so you have someone in your corner. You're going to feel that peace of mind without a doubt, and you're going to see the results down the road, getting in that good habit of saving money as opposed to spending money, and Mark Hanna can help you out with that, on top of multiple other things that he can help you out with. I love working with Mark Hanna. Anytime I get on the phone with him, I always feel better getting off the phone than when I get on it. You hear him here every Wednesday on TMA as he sponsors Jeremy Rutherford's call-ins every Wednesday. He is an outstanding human being and a very, very, very good financial advisor. I love working with Mark Hanna. You'll love working with him too. You can give him a call, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today.
There's Dennis Chard, always a good-looking guy.
Look at that, Doug.
Now, who is that? Dennis?
That's Dennis Chard.
Dennis Chard.
Yeah, Chardsy.
Yeah, I'll put that up.
He's not the one in the Hall of Fame.
Since you're all trying to pick each other up, there's Dennis. Good-looking guy.
I don't like a red dress shirt like that.
We had no problem picking up women together.
No, I'm sure not you, with all the suave you had.
Brown skin glistening in the
sun.
Taxi Squad, excellent effort today. Is this gay? I'd like to kneel down between Plowsy's naked legs and use his tool as a microphone. I'd softly sing Grow Little Glowworm Grow. That's from first name Amanda and the last name is Falk.
Nothing wrong with that, but yeah, it is gay.
I think by definition. Doug Vaughn, I say his name twice as I wrap my legs around his face like a sexual vice. I used to think he was Dutch or British until he laid there and let me finish.
Okay, that's enough.
KG doesn't care. They're all going in.
This I
didn't have anything to do with
I
it.
self-filtered.
Who was it?
It's from Smutty Sam.
Smutty Sam just got himself suspended, a period of 2 days' time. His name, as we speak, is going into the Illinois Recovery
That's not
Center
like you.
suspension logule.
You don't usually put in names you never heard of before.
He's in there now. He's been
I'm
suspended.
talking about Jackson.
And he may need recovery. Check out IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. While you're serving your suspension, Smutty Sam.
Yeah, I only have myself.
Did you put him in just for the name?
No, put him in for his vile comments.
No, I'm talking about Jackson.
No, I recognize the email account, and every once in a while they provide some good stuff, and I thought that was one of them, especially on the heels of our continent and country talk earlier. I should have been a plowboy. I should have learned to smoke and get high, wearing my hoodie, smoking doobage during the morning drive. Oh, I should have been a plowboy, but this email is about making chocolate Twinkies. My shift at Moby Doik Car Wash was over when the manager said, open back up, we got a pseudo-celebrity. Up came driving a LeBaron convertible. In my haste, I missed drying the back quarter panel. Dude was making a big deal about it. My manager said, he's asking for you, do whatever he wants. We don't need any negative TV PR. I thought, great, here comes a verbal thrashing. But he had a different type of punishment in mind, a sexual punishment.
No.
With that, he says, get ready, here comes my weapon of ass destruction. And he wasn't lying. Dude was huge, to the point where he gave my kidneys a battering. That comes from first name Harry, the last name Balzac.
Harry Balzac. He's new.
I did the old
You said it better
reverse psychology. Say it wrong and Doug will flip it.
It was kind of a salute to Toby Keith there at the beginning.
It was, yeah. It was nice. You can keep your wolves, you can take the gorillas and the lions and shove them right up your ass. If I'm in an animal death match, there's only the one and only creature that I want on my side, and it's sitting right there in Maryland Heights Masturbatorium, set to 87 degrees, wrapped in a thrift store Verawang comforter that would light up like prominent winter holiday tree under a black light, and its name is Genuus Igistrodus. Here's how I see it. The moment those animals start to pounce, I'm going to release the strode and have him distract the animals by having him start telling one of the riveting stories about customer service phone calls, getting golden showered in a bush, or going to a Mets game with Ana Cardente's Cuban parents, at which point I'm going to commandeer the hunting rifle and put a round in my own head. I never stood a chance against the animals anyway. Whatever the 10,000 rats and circling hawks do to him after that isn't my problem. Hope you like the taste of menthol, hockey. Listen to this track, Pop, Blueberry Pop Pop.
Blueberry Pop Pop.
Day one of Tim's vacation, and man, this is rough. This is when Jennings would really shine, coming in off the bench and for some instant offense. Miss you, Jennings, but I guess we will rally around a bunch of random minor league hockey clips, and we will fill 3 hours one way or another. Forget about that Manitoba hockey announcer. I want Plowsy to book Mace Dog and Rickinaw so they can reminisce about the good old days. Like when Plowsy lost his virginity on the hood of a car, and his friends cheering him on. Congrats on getting 5,000 YouTube subscribers, but Tim is the one to promise to show his nipples, so go ahead and put that in the captain's log for February 19th, Jackie boy. Okay, we got an answer there.
Okay.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I have some extra time to make Super Bowl squares board for Learn. I mean everyone in the break room. But instead I got stuck on this phone call with the Ameren lady about my bill. I suppose I could have logged into Ameren's website and viewed the usage history where they break down your energy usage by category like heating, lighting, water heating, and masturbation station. I'd have seen that my bill was so high because I set my thermostat at 80 degrees when it's 0 outside, but instead I chose to fire on this customer service lady from Florida who sounded cute. No, I wasn't turned on by her, but maybe I can move in with her when I fake my death. I mean, when I retire. Or at least she can bring me food when I'm begging for scraps from behind the shrubs at Holliver Beach. That comes from Buck Swope.
Oh, sure.
That's what we got for today's Design Air
Buck
Heating
Swope with a nice little email this morning.
Of the day.
Doug? The way I see it, it's between two fellas, Harry Balsac and Blueberry Pop Pop. I'm going to go ahead and go with Harry Balsac for his salute to the great Toby Keith.
Ken?
Yeah, I really wasn't listening. I'll just go with Doug.
Well, what else have you got to do right now? That's the whole segment.
They were so bad they were going in and out of my ears that I don't remember. One of them was about going to a car wash. The other one was about... I don't even remember.
Oh, it was like a little segment. Iggy recaps the emails he heard 10 seconds ago.
Go with Balsac.
All right, Harry Balsac.
Okay.
Also known as Kevin Miller gets on the board today. Kevin Miller gets his first win of the month of February. You can, of course, sign up for the Lager Tequila Listener of the Month 2024 for the month of February at the TMASTL.com. Super easy to sign up. And you, of course, can win tickets to sit with Iggy at the Stevie Nicks concert. That's May 7th at the Enterprise Center. You just got to use code Iggy on the TMA app to enter. That would be a wonderful opportunity for you. That's going to do it for us today, boys. No
good
balloon
show.
party.
Good
Thank
show.
you. Yeah, all of you. It was good stuff. Today on Balloon Party, 10 to 11 hour, Josh Innes and Marshy Marsh will be covering for me and Tim, as Tim is out until the 19th of February. So you can tune in over there. QFTA will make its glorious return on that same day, February 19th. So my days, Doug, usually go till about 2 p.m. I'm done there.
How about
at 10
today?
a.m. Done here at 10 a.m. How do you like that? I got some other stuff I got to do here at the station, but, leaving a little early. It feels
Try to
nice.
go out and hit some balls if you like.
Yeah, it's a nice warm day. Got a basketball game later tonight. Maybe get some shots up, get ready.
I hit some balls yesterday at family golf. I've never hit golf balls worse in my life.
You're not high in your game right now?
It's like I'm a beginner all over again.
I
One day I hit them really nice, and I think, I can do this.
Yeah.
And the next day, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Just get
Absolutely
out there
no idea.
and ask either Adam or maybe not Mark Marcuzzo.
RJ's a great instructor out there.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of good instructors. Bobby Gauss is out there.
Taking lessons
Just
with
get
him
yourself a few lessons before you start teeing it up in the spring. Say, I just need maybe 3 or 4 lessons to get my swing down and give me some pointers on repetition, how I can continue to do the swing. That's all it would take.
Yeah,
You'd be
I know.
tuned up for the summer.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I need a new wedge, need a new hybrid. I'm like, how about a lesson? Like, that's what I'm like. I'd rather spend money on a lesson, practice good habits, and then from there you can get new equipment. But whatever suits you. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. That's not what we are. We're pro-liberty, and we don't kink shame.
No, I kink shame.
Doug does, but...
Some people need it.
Yeah, well...
can't just be a complete creep goofball and get away with it because it's a kink.
Therein lies the rub.
Be curious, not judgmental.
Bingo. Ted Lasso, KG in O-Town, Jackson Burkett.
Well, whatever you do, enjoy the weather. It's supposed to be nice today. Tomorrow, almost 70, I think.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be beautiful. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. Same squadron. KG will be back again in my steed as Tim is out on vacation. So we'll be bringing heat again tomorrow and all of next week. For Douglas Elvin Vaughn, for Darren the Plowhawk Atkins, for Ken Iggy Strode, for KG in O-Town, and for the vacationing Tim McKernan, I am Action Jackson. This has been The Morning After, presented to you by Brian Krupp.